bag, so to speak, even going into next week. So they really are learning. They know how to play together really well. But as long as they're sharing it, I mean, they're going to be a handful for a lot of people, I feel like.
Now, speaking of that bag, Coach, I know sometimes you got to get deep in that bag. You got the two hitters right here down below, but when you have to reach into that bag and ask for quality minutes elsewhere, who are some of those guys, those names you're going to depend on and play meaningful minutes for you this year?
Yeah, well, Jamar's older brother is a senior, Jalen Graham, and he's long lefty. I always call him Stacey Ogman, but these boys don't even know who Stacey Ogman is. But he's lefty, a lot of length, can guard. I mean, he's got a lot of dog in him. Josh Schultz is he was an honorable mention all-region kid as a sophomore. If we're going to do anything and be able to compete, especially, well, our non-region schedule is tough, but the region is too. He's going to have to be huge for us. Tremaine Watkins is a kid that moved in from Mount Bethel that, like, over the summer was really trying to find himself. Now I'm super excited about him. He's very similar to Jalen, just long and athletic and got a lot of motor. And then we have a freshman, JoJo, who is also going to play big minutes, and he's got some link to him too, and he can play multiple positions. After that, we get young and we get inexperienced in a hurry, but these boys have been wearing them out for about 2 weeks now, and I've seen a lot of growth with some of those kids that we're going to need to, like, fill out those 8, 9, positions, even though I don't play a lot of guys. So we find us about 7 or 8, and we're going to work.
100%. All right, I'm gonna throw it to players real quick before I go back to coach. So, Camden and Jamar, man, talk about the off season, man. What did you guys work on the most, man, to be prepped? Y'all look real excited about the season starting, man. What did y'all work on the most to kind of show off y'all talent?
Well, the thing a lot of people work on is skill, but I feel like what really takes you to the next level is your body. So I've been with the football players. I've been in the weight room taking it very serious, trying to get more athletic and stronger so I could go out there and compete at a higher level.
I've been working on my 3-ball, coming off screens, reading off the screen. If they go under, I shoot it, making better reads off the screen.
Okay. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hitting the 3-ball more.
How many shots on average did you get up? You say maybe a day, Jamar?
Probably like at least I work out like twice a day and then work on my body. So probably like 500 shots a day.
Ooh, okay. All right. Spinning it. Now, do you have a certain quota that you kind of like to hit? Like, hey, I got to hit at least 200 of these. I got to hit 300 of these. Or just the 500 shots?
Yeah, just 500 shots.
Okay. All right. I respect it. Now, obviously, you guys obviously have great culture there at Woodstock. You guys have played together for a little bit. So what's been kind of you guys' message to the team? Like Coach just said, you guys are, wearing them out a little bit, getting them ready for the season. What has been your message to them as you guys try to, achieve those goals this year?
Well, a lot of guys are young, and this is my 4th year here. I've experienced it. There's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs, but the downs, they feel so low. So I just try to make sure I try to keep them in the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? Keep us glued together.
For me, I'll probably say like stay ready, stay ready for your opportunity because you never know when it's gonna come. So you just gotta really be ready when your number called.
For sure. I'm gonna welcome on my co-host, man, Arbon Bacon Network. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming on.
I'm good. Hey, man. Excuse my lateness, fellas. I appreciate y'all coming on nonetheless.
Hey,
for sure.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, now I gotta ask the players before I go back to the coach. What is it like playing for Coach Blair, man? He seems like an upstanding guy, but I know I go through the dog days with him. I know he be yelling sometimes at y'all, but what's it like playing for Coach Blair?
It's great. I really love it here. In practice. A lot of coaches may run you a lot, do a lot of sprints, but we make sure to condition with the ball. So we'll do a lot of 5s, you know what I'm saying? We'll still get tired, get in shape, but we're getting better as we're doing it.
It's great. He lets you rock out if you're the star point guard. He lets you do make the right play as you're playing,
For sure. Okay. All right. And then obviously, you talked about working on your 3-point shot. You're working on your body. So going back to you, Camden, you say you went with the football team. We don't always see that from basketball players. Some players kind of shy away from that. You obviously didn't. So kind of if you don't mind sharing, like, what was your numbers? Like, did you work on a lot of bench press? Did you work on a lot of squats, your lower half body? Like, what did you really work on the most?
Well, mostly it was really like power cleaning and like hand cleaning stuff, to get more like athletic. It wasn't so like we did a lot of benching and squatting, but we were really trying to get explosive.
For you, how do you think that explosiveness could translate to the court? Is that more getting out in transition for you? Is that more so, you being able to, get past somebody on that quick first step? Like, what does that look like for you on a hardwood?
I mean, I've been getting on that rim a little bit, so, pass me on a fast break, you know what I'm saying?
That's big cap. That's big cap. No, he really has. I mean, he's scraping that thing. But I'll speak for him. I really see like the bump, like he really can, like he's bumping kids off, and like he can really use that shoulder and still get to his spots and stuff. And so I've been super proud. I get worried when they get on that football field, but he really has. I can tell you, it's been a huge help to his overall game. And then, like, if you ain't in the stance and ready, like he'll knock you off and be able to get to where he wants to get to in a hurry. So, and we're gonna be able to. I don't want to give it all away, but I also feel confident that we can post both of these boys. Like, both of these boys are gonna be a problem down there for somebody. Whenever we need to, that's just another avenue that we've been trying to put in our bag a little bit, because I think they both can go down there and be a problem.
Now, Coach, going back to you on that, we see in the sport of basketball, Coach, that's kind of a lost art. Like, we see in a whole bunch of threes, layups, transition. We're not seeing the post-up game. So,
respect.
How do you guys kind of like get them down there, or even let's just say, Coach, the buy-in? Because not everybody's going to buy into having a post game. It takes players a long time. We've seen Kobe have it. We've seen Michael Jordan have it. So, how did you be able to kind of tell your players, hey, this could be beneficial not only for you but also for us as a team?
Well, I mean, we do shoot a ton of threes, and we play in a lot of ball screen and stuff. And these boys have the ball in their hands a ton out on the perimeter. And honestly, the other 12 guys have to watch them eat a lot. And you know what I mean? So I'm like, if those other 12 guys can go stand in that corner, then if I need you to go down there and post, but they really embrace that. I think they feel like they kind of like, and so we just have to find ways to get them in there. And this is the first time in a long time that I've really got like a 4-guard, 1 big lineup. We've kind of been block trailer with like 2 bigs out there and 3 guards. So, and our big he's more of a get guy out on the perimeter doing stuff like that. He ain't more of a go down there and duck in and bury you. So if we need to go down there and do that, then we'll probably do it with these 2 boys. I'll go ahead and put that out there,
Okay. Now, I don't want to share too much either, Coach.
Yeah, we're good, buddy.
But when you have the 4, right, the 4 and the 1, obviously that's more on them because 1, you got to defend at a high level, and then 2, you got to rebound the basketball as well, which can be tough. So, what's kind of been that onus when you've talked to them or you've had that conversation, just in terms of, okay, hey, we're going to be quicker on the perimeter, we're going to be more athletic than probably most teams we play, but you guys also got to make sure you crouch the glass too, and you can't always run out.
We preach about no leaking. We know we got to send 5 guys to the glass. We still feel pretty good about the stuff that we can do in transition without really, with having to protect the backboard first. The benefit of it is that they can switch a lot of stuff. We can really switch a lot of stuff, and they have the ability to guard multiple people. But you're right. The backboard does scare me. And if our big gets in foul trouble, we get small in a hurry. But that's hopefully where some of this weight room and some of the stuff that we've done. And these boys know that, like, in order to really get to where they want to get, they need to stuff that stat sheet, right? They need to go get 4 or 5 defensive boards and help us on the backboard. So that's kind of like what we preach. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't do a bunch of defense. Box out drills and stuff. We're not back there like beating on the pads. I probably need to do more of that. But we definitely, you're right. We the backboard is, these boys are going to have to rebound.
Last one for I throw to my co-host Bacon. Obviously for the players and for the coach, kind of talk about how you align the schedule. I know you talked about the scrimmage next week against Kennesaw Mountain, but what kind of showcases will you guys play in? What are some of the big tournaments coming up? And then it's the same thing for the players. Just how excited are you guys to kind of be on that platform and stage and showcase your talent?
I'll go first. It's very important to me that the program gets exposure. It's very important to me that these boys get exposure, right? So do I have the ability to play a national schedule? Probably not. But we tried our best to play whoever we could play, wherever we could play them before our region. Like, for example, that we play all the teams in our county. So that puts Etowah and Cherokee on the schedule immediately. And, Etowah is very well coached and got Will coming back. And Cherokee's a top 10 team, preseason team in 6A. We're doing a one-day showcase at Lambert where we got Mill Creek. We're doing an on-the-radar showcase at Chapel Hill where we got Westlake. We're playing Kell at Kell. We're going to the Douglas County Arena and we're playing Alexander and Newman. I don't want to disrespect anybody I've left off, but I really feel like, again, I think this is the toughest schedule in the history of Woodstock basketball. And I wanted to play, and that meant that we had to go to some places, right? It wasn't like a lot of people wanted to come here. So we don't have a lot of home games. We haven't had a lot of home games in the 3 years I've been the coach here because I'm just trying to put these boys in front of somebody, right? And also, I'm confident, I want them to go up against the other best kids in the state if we can. So I love my schedule, not only from the teams and the programs we're playing, but also how well coached they are, the history of some of those programs, and just, it's not about me. I'm not worried about winning for myself. I want these boys to go out there and be in front of people, and Woodstock basketball to be in front of people. And then if we end up getting a couple dubs, which we might, then I'll be okay with that. What y'all got, boys?
I think being Woodstock, we're overlooked. We're the underdogs. People don't really respect us, but I see a lot of guys on that schedule. I definitely want to go out and prove myself too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, we got Kell. We need to get back. We got Etowah. We need to get back. We got Cherokee. So it's a lot of guys on that schedule we need to get back from last year.
And I've been talking to some of the guys on those teams, and I'm ready to go at them.
All right, go ahead, Baker.
I'm a little more humble than them. I try not to have an ego. These boys are different now,
They breed them different.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to be different. That's a perfect segue into my first question before we bring in some of the comments. Coach, who's the biggest trash talker, between Camden and Jamar?
Nah.
Probably Cam, but neither one, I really don't think neither one of them honestly do a lot of talking. Really, they don't. I think they let their play speak for themselves. I'm not big on us, I don't think we do a lot of talking in general. Hopefully the play speaks for itself, but I'm gonna go Cam. He twists the hair. That's just pretty boy Cam. So he probably talks a little more.
I'll only talk if they talk to me, though. I don't start it.
Is that what gets you going? A little hair twist? That means you about to go 30?
Yeah. That's funny.
Nah, no doubt. So we got a couple comments here, man. This is from Sports Told by Youth, man. Naj Arvine of Jamar. If Jamar chose, I'm assuming football, he will be a top 2028 receiver / safety. We had Jamar, Ox, Keelan all on the same team at one time. They were a problem. What you got to say about that, brother?
I remember that. North Atlanta Giants, yeah. When I played AU football back when I was I forgot, it was 6th grade, I think. I played AU football. I also did football in middle school with Woodstock too.
Nice.
6th, 7th grade. Yeah.
Okay. Smooth. My thought.
We might be in the gym too much for that.
My thoughts, man. I'm not surprised. I mean, y'all brew talent down there, man. And y'all play obviously at a high level, so that don't really surprise me. That's definitely a name. Appreciate you for shouting that out. That's definitely a name that I'm gonna check out and see. But I already know Keelan. Keelan's a baller. I've been high on him in football. I've obviously done teller the tapes and film breakdowns on him. So not surprised. Ox is another one. He just picked up South Carolina, and then obviously he picked up Tennessee. So not surprised.
Oh, congrats. Yes, it's huge.
Sure.
Nah, 100%, man. It's a lot of talent up on the north side, man. Just like you said, Coach, it's a long ways to go to get up there and see it, man. But I was looking at the schedule, man. You talked about not a lot of winning. This is the main. I won't say not the main focus, but it was a lot of close losses last year, man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this could be a different year. So what things are different about this team, I'm saying, upcoming this year?
Well, man, last year starting out, I mean, we had about 13 kids on the varsity. And I mean, I really thought that team in the beginning with all the pieces, if we could have figured it out, and there was a lot to figure out, that could have been a special group. For a variety of reasons, the group we finished with was not the group that we started with. But the group that we finished with was super connected and was playing really good basketball. Like, we went into the region tournament as the 4 seed. We came out the 3. We got 2 dubs in the region tournament, and I was super proud of both of them. Like, for example, we beat Sprayberry, and then Sprayberry turns around and goes and beats Gainesville on the road, who was a 1 seed, right? So that was a good win, I thought. And then we had to beat Creekview for the 3rd time with Luke Jack in order to get to state. Riverwood on short notice with JR got us. Then we had to go on the road the first round to Lanier, which I got mad respect for their coach and the history of that program, right? And that was an unbelievable basketball game. We had a chance to tie it at the end, and we lost by 3 on the road in the first round. We still ended up with 14 wins, and I'm pretty sure we lost at the buzzer like 5 times. Like, we got our heart broke a bunch of times, and half of that I took very personally because one possession game, I feel like there's something that I probably could have done there. But we also had what I thought was some great wins. Like, we beat Norcop Christian in the Lemon Street Classic, and they ended up playing for the state championship. We got Chapel Hill. We had some good wins, and then we represented ourselves well in the region. That group at the end that was connected, those boys are now back. And I feel like the roles are defined, and the system that was already in place, we are able to build on that system. And so, are we as deep as I would like to be, especially with the early season schedule? Absolutely not. But I do feel like we are connected, and these 2 boys, along with the others that I mentioned, will give us a chance night in, night out. I mean, that could be, that could be 45 points, 50 points a game sitting right there. And I'm not even hyping that up. I'm just being honest.
Is there what's different about these 2 guys? I know you talked about, the Cam's already talked about, he's been in the gym. I know, I'm saying, they've both been playing summer ball. I know the game of basketball never stops, but what's different in them? Could it be their mentality, just the iron sharp focus to the game? What do you think, Coach?
I mean, I think they just have a super professional approach. Like, I really do. Like, we do our skill work. They come to practice every day. Like, they talk about us doing a lot of 5s. These boys don't want to do nothing but compete. So we end up getting up and down a lot in practice. That's just how they're wired. But the before practice, the after practice, the stuff that they do in the weight room. We brought in, in addition to me, I feel like I'm pretty good at the skill work, but this fall we brought in Nick Stapleton, and we had him in the mornings on Tuesday and Thursdays working with these boys, and they embrace all that stuff, and they're just very, to me, they're serious about their craft. I feel like they're both college basketball players. I think Cam is really about to have a huge senior year, and a lot of doors are going to open for him. So they just work the right way. And even if they don't have anybody in there to train them, you can take either one of them and put them on a goal on the side by themselves, and they know how to get themselves better. And I think that's huge, right? Absolutely. At this point, they really don't need anybody else.
Nah, absolutely, Coach Jamar. I know you're doing your thing, but we talk about the 2026 season, guy, man. Can't keep. I see you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, Coach said, them doors is about to slide up before you. So keep doing your thing, man. But Coach, I want to come back for you for one more thing before I go to the guys, man. You in Woodstock, you know what I mean? Majorly known football, baseball school. Nick Markakis, I believe y'all got a picture. That's picture for the Marlins. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
How are you trying to turn this into more of a basketball town, man? Let's get the balls. Let's go to the corners. Let's go to the courts.
Yeah, well, I mean, we just outwork. We just trying to outwork everybody, honestly. Like in the time, and I'm right now I got 25 kids in the program. 15 other 25 are new. If you're part time and you ain't serious about hooping, you won't last at Woodstock High School. Like, I'm just being honest with you. It's 24/7. It's year round. I don't know how many days. They'll tell you if we take days off. We don't really take days off. And even on a Sunday, if they're not with me, they're doing something with their body, right? So, like, the thing that's really happened at Woodstock is you got to be serious about hooping. And we're trying to play the best, and we're trying to, develop kids and things like that. But so that the culture, I think, just has been like, it's just that people see how much we're in this gym. And if you don't want to be in here with us, they end up not surviving. Am I right, fellas? I don't know. You can speak on that.
All right, go ahead, fellas.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Just about being in the gym and changing the culture, and how's the culture changed?
Oh, I mean, hey, we are always working. And, the weekends come out. They try to tell me to take a day off. I hate taking days off. It's like I worked all week to get better, and I feel it. Like, I'm good, and I take a day or two off, it just goes down. It's like I'm setting myself up for failure. So I always try to stay in the gym as much as I can. And yeah,
I feel like we work like as much more than these other teams in the county. Like, we work with Nick Stapleton in the morning. We did after school with Fall League every Wednesday. We had games on Sundays with the Fall League. So I feel like we work like way harder than these other teams in the county. So we should be ahead for real.
That's him saying that now. Okay.
Nah, 100%, man. I'm sure y'all get the culture change down there. You know what I'm saying? Get the gym more packed out on game days. But coming to you, Jamar, man, I want you to reflect back, brother. You know what I'm saying? What's a memory from, your early basketball days that still motivates you? You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of notoriety playing for Game League, but what's a memory that keeps you locked in?
Probably when I was younger, I always used to have a kill mentality. Like, I just love the game of basketball. So every time I step on the court, it's just kill the guys that's in front of me. So, that's just what's always in my mind still back then from now. So that's what I really keep in my head, like, every time. Remember the old me, kill every time.
100%. I'm saying, what is it? Did you think that you would be at this point right now? You know what I'm saying? Have to be a sophomore, really. You know what I'm saying? You had a little buzz coming in as a freshman, but to be a sophomore, you know what I'm saying, too, for people to know about you, probably you go down the street like, oh, that's Ja. You know what I'm saying? Did you know this was gonna come when you was a young kid playing the game?
Yeah, I was always special, so I always knew how to play the game the right way. I always had a special talent, so I already knew this day was gonna come, where I was gonna be in the spotlight. So I just worked hard to get here, and I'm here. So.
Nah, 100%. I know. I was listening to one of your interviews. You like to watch Kyrie was the first thing that came out your mouth. Talk about stuff, but KD. Yeah. I wasn't expecting you to say KD. KD is a little tall. You know what I mean? He's got like a little pull up. But why those three?
Probably Kyrie, because I'm a little guard, so like I like to work on my handle, my finishing, and then really KD because his pull up game. I like to like manipulate that into my game. Try to use that pull up game a little bit more because everybody expecting me to get to the rim, but when I stop and pull up on a dime, that's what's gonna get real scary. So.
I'm saying this for the technical side. I'm about to come to you too, Cam. But for the technical side of basketball, you know what I'm saying? Just why is it so key, you know what I'm saying, in the age where the mid-range is kind of analytically forgotten about, man? Why is just knocking down that shot so key to opening up the full gamut of your abilities?
It's like you getting downhill, and then you pull up for a mid-range shot, they probably won't expect that shot. So they think you're gonna go downhill and you just pull it right on the dime. They ain't gonna expect that, or that's in your bag or something like that. So, and really the 3-ball too, all 3 ways. I try to score all 3 ways every time.
100%. So Cam, coming to you, like I said, man. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, y'all sitting probably inches away, y'all real close. You know what I mean? So, but when was the first time that you heard about y'all for y'all? When was the first time you heard about Camden? And you know what I'm saying, how did y'all find out about each other? When did y'all become close on and off the court?
Really?
Well, way back in the day, elementary school, we've always played on GSW. I played with Jalen, so I always knew Jamar and Jalen. And then in 8th grade, Feeder, he'd play up 2 grades with us, and we'd be out there going 20 and 20. We'd both be killing. So, you know, I've always known Jamar. You know, we've always had a good connection and shared the court well.
So what was your thoughts? We like, man, this is, young kid, you probably first. I said, he probably ain't gonna do too much. You know what I'm saying? What was your thoughts when you saw him go crazy?
I mean, I knew he was good, but you know, I really seen it. I really seen it, especially Cherokee the first game. You know, the scrimmage, he was doing pretty good. He was showing his talents a little bit, but then we played Cherokee. And he got more into the groove. You know, he did his thing.
What's some things y'all got in common? Don't have to be on the court. Like y'all could eat the same thing. What y'all got in common, man?
They both got a love of girls. That's one thing they got in common.
Casanova.
I'll put that out there. Then what else y'all got in common?
I go on the court. I like the slow step. You know, he goes to the paint. He has a lot of pace. You know, he stops and he just sits there on one leg. I like to incorporate that in my game a little bit.
I see. Yeah, that does happen. I've seen them. You know, they're helping each other get better. And they really got all that dead leg stuff and that Euro, and like them boys are pretty skilled. There's no doubt. So practice is fun as long as they sharing it. You know what I mean? They got to understand that there may be a couple possessions where one of them may not touch it. That's hard for them boys, you know?
Right. So coach, you know what I'm saying? So were they much more involved than what you were when you was playing the game? Or is it, you know, say you feel like you could hang with them back in your day?
Oh,
listen now.
Talk to me.
I was 1995 Cobb County Player of the Year. Sometimes I got to pull the plaque out to show these boys because I done gained a little weight, and basketball shoes don't even feel right on me anymore. It's not, so I haven't hooped in a minute, but they still know at 48. I mean that the handle's there and the shit. Come on, right?
Nah, I mean,
I just don't eat.
Feel like it's outdated, man. That was 19. What? Like, come on, man.
That wasn't that long ago.
It was 1995.
Yeah, that's
you know. So, no, to be honest, I couldn't have stayed in front of either one of them. That's the God's honest truth. Like they definitely and now like they both are shooting the 3-ball at a really high clip, and so it's really tough. You know, you gotta pick your poison. And now they're learning. You know, first off, it's not equal opportunity, and our entire team knows that, right? Like a lot of what we do is going through one of these 2 boys, and that's echoed daily. So, they just, you know, they're just finding different ways to work within the offense. And last year towards the end, Jamar got face guarded like really heavy. Like they were just no help, what we would call like zero coverage. So I've had a whole year to figure out ways to take advantage of people doing that to him. And I feel comfortable about what we got in. But also if you do that to him, then Cam can go, you got another problem over there, right? So should be fun.
Nah, 100%. But last, and I'm gonna throw it back to Nod. I know you still killing them, coach. I know you still OWW, old man with the work. So are you killing them? When I know they call it, coach. I know they calling you out 1-on-1.
Oh, I did try to stay like one of our young kids wasn't picking Cam up, and yesterday or the day before, I like tried to sit down and show him how to turn a dribbler.
Nutmeg.
Yeah, he tried to say he went through my legs, but he really didn't. But no, listen, my playing days are long over. But I could bring Nick in here. Nick Stapleton will come in here at 48 and give them boys both the work. They know that too.
It ain't so.
So I just got to bring in some help.
It is. You know what I'm saying? A little 2-on-2 action. That's all. That's all. Coach needs.
I need to score.
I'm dead. Question for the players, man. Let's say you guys are in the rut. Let's say you in the game this season and shot just not falling. Y'all doing everything y'all supposed to do. You playing defense hard. Shot not going. What do you guys do in that instance to kind of see that ball go through the net or just get yourself going?
Well, first of all, I think I just passed. It's a great score right here. A great player. And being a senior, I really like it's past scoring and just trying to be the best player. I really just want to win. So I don't have to get all the buckets.
Probably trying to create for one of my teammates to get an open shot. Them getting the shot might lead to me getting the bucket. So probably like go get a layup or so and see if that shot's falling. If not, get my other team involved.
Great answers. Okay.
I mean, that's a great question because we talk a lot about not settling, right? Like it's very easy. Like if you want to go under a ball screen with either one of them, then you're really like, you're playing with fire there. But if you go under, like it's very easy for them to start settling. So we really, in that situation, hopefully we would get away from settling and we would try to do something that would get either one of them going downhill or, like I said, find a way to stick it into them in the post, right? That would be what I would do.
Okay. Gotcha, Coach.
Or at least get to the free throw line too.
Exactly.
So that's a good one too. Get the line and get an easy basket or shot.
Yeah.
Good question here, Coach, from the comments. He said, for Coach Blair, is there 2 to 3 games you have circled on your calendar that would you consider statement games for you guys?
I don't know. I mean, Kale, we got, it was early in the year last year, and I got so much respect for Coach Sellers and their program. We go back over there on January the 3rd. They wore us out in the third quarter over there, and they let us know it a little bit. So, like, I would like to at least play better at Kale. Obviously, Etowah, Cherokee, all the county games are always super important. And again, very well coached and great high school basketball environments. Anytime you play a Gwinnett school, all them Gwinnett schools can really hoop. We got Mill Creek up there at Lambert. That'll be a challenge. Obviously, Westlake, and at Chapel Hill. The one day we played Chapel Hill at Hillgrove. So, like, all of them, are important for us just because, like I said, we're trying to, like, we want to be mentioned in those same conversations. That's kind of what our goal is. That's why we scheduled those games. Alexander at Alexander. I mean, come on, or in that new Douglas County arena. That's not one I've got circled because of some kind of rivalry. We just got that one circled because them boys can flat out go, right? And I don't think many people would agree to go play them over there in that new arena over Christmas break. And so, like, obviously they're super well coached too. So all those are fun. They're fun for me because I like the challenge of going against the coaches, and they're fun for the boys because we trying to go out there and see if we can hoop with them,
Great. Yeah. All right. Question back to you, Coach. I want to ask you, sometimes, it's not easy to get through players consistently. And when I say that, Coach, sometimes you know how it be, Coach. Like, you'll say a message, it's kind of falling on deaf ears a little bit, and they're not responding the way you want. So in that situation, you have great experience. Like, what do you do to kind of get through to your players? Or, like, is it a message? Do you kind of go through a story? Just things you've been through in your career playing and coaching? Like, what do you go to in those situations to kind of get through to your players?
They probably tell you that I'm a little crazy. Like, I was a little crazy today. We started off really flat. We've been working hard. Like, they're laughing now, but Cam and I, we've been to this. He's third year, all 3 years at Woodstock, literally like riding a screen machine. Cam and I may yell at each other. We've had unbelievable yelling matches back and forth. Their relationship is so solid that stuff doesn't bother either one of us. I'm really happy to go through this year with him because we've had some trials, and I feel like this year is going to be a lot of fun. Jamar is completely different. He don't say a lot. Usually I have to say a few things to him, not a lot, but something to get him motivated, and he going to go out there and get back to being him. But we just spend a lot of time together. We're super transparent with each other, for better or worse. Like, we really are. Like, it's a family atmosphere. And like they said, I'm not a big discipline guy. We don't do a bunch of running. We play basketball. And all I ask them to do is, like, be the best version of yourself so we can focus on the basketball. And I mean, I think as long as we're doing that, everything's fine. But, like, knock on wood, I don't discipline and things like that, even though if you come and watch me coach, you may think I'm animated and mean and loud and all that. I think they would tell you something completely different. And there's just a super it's their basketball team, man. It really is. Like, for example, when you asked for a picture, do you have a picture of yourself coaching? I really didn't, big dog, because I don't need a bunch of pictures of myself coaching. This is their time. And so I just try to make it all about them and hand them the keys to the castle. And then whichever way we go at the end of the day, it's gonna be player led and player driven. And like they said, I feel like I let them eat. They get to do what they want to do. Does a lot of stuff come from the sidelines? Yes, but they also have a ton of freedom to just go make plays.
Have you always been like that, coach, or did it kind of like morphed into that?
I think that, maybe early on there was a lot of self-doubt, where I was being motivated by just fear of failure. And I don't think necessarily having a little bit of success changed me. I guess I've been doing it long enough now to realize that, like, it's really their world, and I'm here to be a servant leader and figure out. I wanted it to be the best experience possible for them, and that's the reason I come to work every day. And I've won enough basketball games against good teams and good coaches to feel like I kind of know what I'm doing now, So, and if they ever came in and if they ever went home and told their parents I couldn't coach or I couldn't get them better, then I would give them the whistle tomorrow. But they don't say that, right? They come to practice and we work.
Period. All right, back to the players, man. What's y'all goals for this year, man? Both individually and as a team.
I'll go first, man.
All right, go ahead.
So firstly, I want to win region championships this year. I want to be first team all region, or not first team all region, region player of the year. That's the biggest goal for me. And then probably get to like Sweet 16, Elite 8 this year, and get deep into playoffs.
Well, me, I definitely want to win a region championship. I'd be able to say I'm the only person at Woodstock with 2 of them. And I also want to experience going to Macon. We talked about it a lot last year, but and the year before, my sophomore year, when we went to Elite 8, but we just couldn't get there. So I really want to go to Macon Final Four, and I also want to be player of the year. Good battle.
Love that. Going back to Cam, obviously, Jamar, you talked about some of the players you kind of idolize or like to watch. For you, Cam, is there anybody you like to watch, collegiate level, NBA, that you kind of aspire to?
It's always been Kobe.
Wow.
Okay. The mindset mainly, not even fully the game, the mindset. I've always, since a young age, just took inspiration from that. I've been working for a lot of years. I've been working for real.
That's good. A lot of people don't say Kobe. So I respect you for that. They don't say Kobe. It's either LeBron or it's, KD. So I respect that. It means he's a different breed. All right. Back to the players again. So I was talking about games that you guys have. How do you guys feel like obviously you've won a region championship, you've been to the Elite Eights. How do you guys feel like what you guys are doing now can kind of be that tipping point? Coach talked about it a little bit. Hey, it's not a national schedule yet, but we playing some of the best in the state. How do you guys feel like you can kind of be that starting piece for this team where they can start playing even more high-profile games and they're kind of known around Cherokee County and known around the state as, hey, one of those top premier programs?
I think me and Mark can take us far. My past years, I wasn't really in control of the team, but I feel like this year I really, the other guys look up to me so I can really guide us and take the lead into winning some good games and having a great team.
I think us coming together as a team, not playing for ourselves, but playing for the team, doing what's best for the team, not being selfish. So I think us being together more, creating a better bond on the court and off the court is going to help us.
Got you. Staying on the players. It's a great question. How do you guys handle defeat? Like when Coach talked about it or a few moments ago, a lot of close losses. He said you put some of that on him, but for you guys personally, what's your reaction? What do you guys do when you lose a game or you have a defeat? Are you kind of, putting a lot of it on yourself? Do you kind of just try to go somewhere and kind of like get your mind clear? Like, how do you guys handle defeat?
Well, it's always been hard for me since like middle school. I remember going home after the losses in middle school and just thinking to myself, thinking too much. But I feel like, I'm a veteran now. And one of the fall league games we lost, and the team, we were in the huddle and we were around there, everybody was down. Coach said, it was the fall league coach. He said, anybody got anything? I said, we just got to keep moving, So you really just can't think about the past. You just, the losses are going to happen no matter what. We're not going to go undefeated, but we just got to keep going forward and focus on the future, keep working.
For me, I'll say it's always looking back at the game. Like, what could I have done to do better? Our first game, the Cherokee game, it's down to the wire. I have the ball. I'm driving down left. I think it's tie game, right, Coach? Tie game.
Yeah,
tie game. And then I get the ball. I turn over the ball. They come down on the other end, hit a 3 at the buzzer. And so, after that game, I was frustrated. That's my fault. My coach is telling me keep my head up. Don't worry about it. It wasn't your fault. So, I just try to look at it as like we got the next day to work. Come better the next day and keep your head up.
For sure. My last before I throw back to Bacon. So I want to ask the players. Obviously, so people look up to you. Are you guys kind of, I don't want to say rah-rah or vocal, but are you guys more lead by example, or do kind of how you just said, Camden? You have to kind of send a message to some of the young guys. How do you guys approach that when you're playing in the huddle? How do you guys usually approach that?
I'll go first. I let our team know what's up. I feel like they're gonna listen to me now, and whatever I need to say, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be transparent with them. Hopefully they'll listen.
Last year I was really lead by example, but this year I want to be really the leader for real, telling them you gotta get on your stuff. If they're not playing right, so just want to be the one to be in that.
I got you.
We got a freshman too, JoJo. He reminds me of myself a little bit, a little stubborn, but he don't always like to listen. But I make sure I tell him what's up.
Yeah, we just gotta be on them for us. So
100%. Hey, creating them good habits.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, back to player one more, and I'll throw the Bacon. What is the most? I want to highlight y'all. What is the most underrated parts of your game? People, they'll probably go Jamar. Your pull up, getting to the rim, shooting the ball. Obviously, your physicality first step for you, Camden. But what's a part of y'all games that people don't talk enough about?
Passing, definitely. The last 2 years I didn't really play point guard, but if you see me with the rock, go watch AAU film, go watch, what I'm saying? I can pass the ball very well. I have great vision.
I feel like my pace and my IQ on the court, I can read the defense. I try to be as a point guard, get my team involved, and so my IQ's there.
For sure. Coach, why you made that face when he said passing?
With Cam, he can pass, but and when he plays the right way, then he is a really good passer. But some of these boys may tell him he needs to get off that thing a little earlier, but nah, he's great. Just moving and clicking, especially Jamar's brother Jalen. Jalen's probably tell both of these boys they need to pass the ball a little bit more. But I think if I had to say that's really the key is the game is really slowed down for both of them. So whether it's ball screen, reading a ball screen, or whether we're in some kind of dribble drive with space, I feel like they are really like seeing the game from a different light, so to speak, and that's translating into their play. They're making the right basketball play a lot of times.
I think I got a good one for everybody. What team that could be in the past, present? What team out there that resembles y'all play style?
Ooh. Like an NBA team or college?
NBA, college.
Maybe Thunder with Russ, KD, Harden.
The OG Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably with the Russell Westbrook, and then who else was on there?
KD,
Kevin
Harden,
Durant,
Serge Ibaka.
Paul George.
I feel like we got a great starting five with great surrounding pieces, great role players. So yeah.
What you think, Coach?
I think hopefully the brand of basketball we're playing is like, for example, we talk a lot about college and NBA, but like opening night NBA, Indiana versus OKC, the fourth quarter of that game, like I text them and I said, if you're up and you're watching this basketball game, you will see a ton of the stuff we're running. So we're a lot of 5 out. We can go 4 out, 1 in. We play in a lot of ball screen. I mean, I think it's a very guard-friendly system. Obviously, it needs to be because of what these kids can do with the ball. So we're just trying to space you out and give them room to do what they do. But I hope that we play offensively. We play a very like free and loose and fast-paced with a lot of space, but when we need to slow it down and run a set piece, I feel like hopefully we're very good at executing in the half court. So as far as one team, I don't know about one team, but hopefully it's a combination of a lot of teams, right?
Absolutely. We're going to go back to the comments. I Am American has a question for you, Coach. Coach, what do you feel is the identity of your team this season, and how has that developed since the first day of practice?
I mean, I think we're a guard-oriented team. I think that we have the ability. We have multiple guys that can play on or off the ball. I think defensively we can switch a lot of stuff, and we have a lot of guys that can really get into you. So I hope that we're flying around defensively and making it really hard for especially the standstill 3 ball. We really preach. We do not give up a lot of standstill threes, or at least that's the plan. And then offensively, like I said, hopefully a lot of the spacing and sharing of the ball, and giving these guys the freedom to do what they do, but do it in a wide variety of ways with some structure, right? So we're 12 practices in. I feel like versus man-to-man, we're in a really, really good spot. We obviously need to grow our zone package a little bit more. But the baseline OB side outs, we worked on those heavy today. So we just want to be hard to guard and really hard to scout too, right? By just the multiple things we can do out of the same formation, so to speak. And with either one of these guys being able to exchange in the system. So like Cam can run the 1 and Mark can be in the action. Mark can run the 1, Cam can be in the action. Or they both can be in the action, so to speak. So like, that's kind of what our identity is right now. We just want to be really good offensively and then fly around, switch, and get after you on that defensive end.
Great answer and great question by I Am American. Definitely a loyal viewer to the show. So we appreciate you tapping into the comment, to the chat. As the young bull said, man. So appreciate you, brother. But Coach, I'm gonna come back to you after the swig. Do you think it's a problem? A lot of the kids, they aren't necessarily watching the games as we did growing up. Is that a problem?
It is a problem. It's a serious problem because, and I tell them this all the time, if you're going to watch it, you need to watch it with the volume up. Like if you really want to get better, not as a player, coach, you want to improve your overall basketball IQ. Some of the best basketball minds in the world are announcing these college and NBA games. So, I would encourage everybody to watch it with the volume up and really listen to what these guys are saying, right? And then B, we preach a lot about like, can you recognize actions? Like, do you recognize horns? Do you recognize a stack out? Do you recognize when they're in 5 out, which we would call like 50 or something? And then yes, man, I mean at my youth camps with these guys, anytime I would tell any young player to please watch it and watch it with the volume up and watch it like with a purpose, right? Like, what are they doing on side outs? What are they doing on baseline OBs? I mean, the 3 baseline OBs, the 3 side outs that we put in today literally came from NBA games that I've watched this season, and we named them after the NBA team that was running them. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
Do I preach this or am I just talking smack?
You do. You said it.
Yeah. So that's big for us.
Again, very thorough, man. I could definitely tell you put a lot into your craft. But I'm coming right back to you, coach. This was a question about the players. You know what I'm saying? You watch these guys all the time. Is there a combination? Like we asked the players last week, they believe they were, I think, D Wade, LeBron, if I'm correct, Naj.
Yes, they did. They did.
Well, who do Cam and Mar remind you of a duo? What's a classic duo?
Okay, that's easy for me. Mar, I'll go with Kyrie, right? Because all the unorthodox finishes. Now, since the season ended last year to this year, he not only with me. Now, I don't want to take credit for none of this, but like we are. But he's really worked on his float with the right and the left hand. He's really worked on stretching stuff out. So like, and then all of like the slow Euro, the dead leg stuff that people are doing now, like he really has mastered that stuff. So I'm going to go Kyrie, right? With Cam is Jason Tatum. I feel like he can get down there. He can play with his back to his basket, turn over either shoulder. He's got the little sidestep 3 ball. And as we're working on skill work, some of the stuff that we do, like I will say this is a Jason Tatum or this is a Kyrie type move. And we talk about that stuff. But that's who I would say. Did I get that right or no? Y'all think?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Passage the exam. Guy, I'm coming to you, man. Who got the most drip on the team, man?
Uh-oh.
Go ahead, Cam.
This man be dressing up too much though.
Yeah, they don't get it. They don't understand. They wear dry fit shirts.
I wish that there was some way that we could pull his phone up or something and post a couple other fits. Like this man comes to high school like some of them dudes do coming into the NBA games. Like he put some stuff on. It's yeah.
Do this.
Well, hey, real quick, we're gonna pull it up. Hey, Cam, what's your IG, bro?
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Hold on.
Yes, sir. This is what we need.
It's Cam.Deno. CAM.DENO.
Right. Yeah, you finna see some stuff.
Where'd you get Dino from, fam?
My name's Camden, and somewhere along the line they added a O, so it's always been Cam Dino, bro, Dino, things like that.
Okay.
You see what I mean, fellas?
Oh, it's tough.
You thought I was playing.
Yeah.
You thought I was playing. Look at this.
Mike Jacks from the bottom. Look.
This move.
Yeah, that one's okay.
It's okay.
Look at this.
That's different though.
It's a vibe, right? Or aura, as they say.
Tie as the belt.
You see the tie at the belt?
I've never seen that. That's the first.
That's a new thing. I'm not gonna say he started it though. But yeah,
have you ever seen that? I've never seen that.
Nah, this is the first time we seen it, brother.
Yeah, I've never seen the talent belt. But
listen to this, fellas. That's what he wore to Six Flags. Make that make sense. You see what I mean? Would you wear that to Six Flags though?
Probably not.
Probably. I mean, if I was a younger guy, maybe. But now I'm trying to go comfortable, coach.
I didn't plan it. It's just what I had on at the time.
You didn't.
All
plan
right, that's enough. Y'all hyping this man up now. We gotta get off here because he really gonna be feeling himself.
Oh man! All right.
We found one. It was one basketball picture on there, Cam.
So, Cam, where did the style? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Naj, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So safe to say, you make it to the league, you gonna have the best fit. Safe to
for sure.
Go ahead, Dick.
SGA.
Nah,
Mar.
SGA.
And then, Mar is more like Ant-Man. Like he gonna wear Nike suits and play the video game. That's Mar.
Yeah. Playing fit. Don't do nothing too crazy.
Nah, that's funny.
So Mar, you more of a shoe guy, you know what I mean?
Not really. A lot of forces, really. Low forces. I don't really got too many Jordans, so like Jordan 4s, I got probably 2 pairs. Probably a lot of forces though.
Classic, man.
My bad. No, you were going to.
I'm gonna ask you about your style, Cam, but I gotta ask Mars as we talking to him. I'm saying, what's your favorite hoop shoe?
Favorite hoop shoe?
Yes, sir.
Probably Kevin Durant's, the EYBL ones. Probably EYBL one, because he's my favorite player.
Oh, because he's your favorite player. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cam, come back to you, man. So where did the fashion sense, the fashion knowledge? How did you come to put all these outfits together like this?
Well, it's not really spontaneous. It's really a build-up. Ever since middle school, freshman year, my style wasn't the greatest, but I kept on discovering. It's so much to it. I even wrote an essay on it in Lit Comp, but it's just a build-up. You keep getting better at it. You keep getting more pieces. You keep learning new things. You know what I'm saying? It just happens, and you'll see. You'll keep watching my Instagram. Some more stuff will drop. And be like, okay.
Nah, we might have to do a series on that, man. But I know I'm going to ask you what's the fashion line gonna be. I know you've been thinking about it.
The line?
Yeah, have you ever been thinking about your own fashion line?
Yeah. It's in the making. It'll give me a couple years. I gotta, what I'm saying, get it all right. I got a lot of school, a lot of basketball to focus on, but I got it. The designs on a piece of paper. It's in my room already. So and I just started sewing.
You definitely got it. I'm gonna come back to you, Coach. Last question, I'm gonna throw it to Naj, man. You say you don't get active anymore on the hoop scene, but what's your favorite hoop shoe, Coach? What you wearing all the time?
Man, I'm telling you, I ain't put hoop shoes on in a minute. I'm more of an Air Max guy. I got a lot of Jordans though and stuff. Like on the sideline, hopefully my shoe game is legit. I try to take pride in that. But if I would say probably I like the new Kobe that's out that everybody's wearing these days, I think that's a good looking shoe. Cam likes to wear the super low ones, Back in my day, the super low ones we didn't wear those, right? So but yeah, I'm a Jordan guy. I'm a Jordan guy all the way. I would say that for sure. But yeah, it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
You get on the gun there ever so often now.
Nah, yeah. I'll tell you this though. I wear them out at ping pong. They can't come close. Jamar wants to beat me so bad, but he can't come close.
Ping pong tables back out.
Yeah. So whenever we play ping pong and team sports, these boys are getting better. But I told them you got to log a lot more years on that table before you mess with me in some ping pong.
I might have to get him on the pickleball court.
Yeah.
Question for you, Coach. A really good one. He says, when the game's on the line, what gives your team the confidence to finish strong?
Well, I mean, hopefully the preparation, right? Like, I mean, we pride ourselves on being super prepared. That's like what what we would do in those situations, but we also hopefully have really done a great job scouting, and so we have a good feel for their personnel and a lot of actions that they may run. And hopefully, like I said, I try to I hopefully they got confidence in me that I'll call the right play or draw up the right thing to put them in the right spots to go out there and make a play to win a close game. In the last couple of years, we've been in enough of them. I thought we really turned the corner this summer, man. We had a great June with a young group, and we were not very deep, but like we won games in June, and a lot of those games I felt like we out executed and did and played well down the stretch. We work on that kind of stuff. Honestly, 12 days in, we haven't worked on it enough yet, but like we work on time and score stuff. We work on late game. We hopefully have something in the bag that we can pull out for whatever they would throw at us. And the other thing I say is that like we're not going to be scared, right? I'm not going to be scared to switch defenses out of a timeout, and I'm not, or something like that. And I'm not going to be scared to put it in their hands and let them go win the basketball game. Like we're gonna be out there with confidence. But I would say the one thing hopefully is the preparation, right? The preparation is what we really pride ourselves on through watching film and scouting, and then of course what we do in practice to prepare ourselves. So two-way street.
There you have it. Coach, only a couple more, man. We're going to let you guys get out of here. I know it's a school night. So one more back to the players for Throw It to Bacon. Just how excited are you guys for opening night?
Etowah Eagles. Hey, I'm ready. I've been waiting for it. I'm ready.
Big rivalry game, so we gotta get them back for the last two times we lost to them. So
Yeah, Jay. I mean, I think. Well, let me go back. Oh yeah, I think 1-4 versus Etowah since I got the job, and the time that we did get them was on a neutral site in the region championship, which was obviously the best time to get them. But they've had the better of us. Every game has been a 1 or 2 possession game, and they're super prepared and well coached. And we got to go on the road over there, and they have a great student. They do a great job with their student section, and it'll be a good challenge for us on the road, especially early on, because we do know a lot about each other. Like the personnel may change, but good Lord, we've scouted each other to death for the last 2 years now, 5 times we played. So there's not a lot of secrets there.
All right, Coach. I think I just had so good. Here's some good PR for you, Coach. You know what I'm saying? What does the community mean to you and all they do for you?
Oh, well, man, Town Lake is amazing. Like I was at Kennesaw Mountain in the heart of Cobb County basketball, and I was playing, I feel so fortunate, like to coach against, the Sharif Cooper, Scoot Henderson, Isaiah Colliers of the world, obviously the players and the coaches. Mad respect for Cobb County basketball. I always thought Town Lake was a special place. From always looking at Woodstock from afar, I felt like it was somewhere that you could win, and it was a great place to live. I had zero expectations when I came here. Didn't know a lot about the guys, and so like the community's been great. We were able to win the region championship my first year. We won 2 state playoff games. I think we won a total of like 34 games in 2 years, when a lot of people told me I was crazy for coming up here. Unbelievable principal, unbelievable athletic director. And then hopefully for I don't know, you may have to ask him one day, but like, Jamar had to sit, Jamar could have went to a lot of high schools, right? And he didn't really know me from anywhere. And I'll tell you right here publicly, everybody, that I did absolutely zero to get Jamar Maurice to come to Woodstock besides just live in the gym, and hopefully did enough my first year that him and his parents believed that it's a place he could go and win games and get coached up, right? And like that's really the main thing to me. I just want the people that live in my district to know that we're serious about basketball and we're going to be in the gym. And I'm trying, like you said, I try to get better at my craft every day. And all I really want to do is win games and get these boys to where they want to go. Right. So that's been my thing at Woodstock. And, you know, I just hope that I can take the kids in this building and make them the best players they can be. Right.
Absolutely. Last question for you, Coach. You know what I mean? Probably 5-10 years ago, probably on a podcast show like this. So I'm saying, why come on the Justice and News podcast with Naj and Bacon?
Okay, very simple, man. I love Georgia high school basketball. I love basketball, period, right? And I love my basketball program, and I love these boys. So anybody, mad respect, anybody who cares about Georgia high school basketball and anybody who is trying to help kids get promoted, right, then I'm all about it. And like I said, I mean, I feel honored and fortunate, and I'm appreciative that you guys allowed us to do it. It's also an opportunity for these two guys to experience this, right? So they're growing right here. And so it's exposure for my program. It's exposure for these kids. It helps them be better young men. Hopefully this kind of stuff will be presented to them down the road. And, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm on the outside of the circle when it comes to this basketball thing in Georgia. And I'm always trying to work my way in, right? So if somebody thinks enough about me or my program to allow us to come on, then, man, I'm going to be there. So I'm honored, and I appreciate y'all big time, dude.
I'm saying likewise, Coach. Definitely the pleasure's all ours, man. But last grand question for the guys, man. Let me try I say this question right. But I'm pretty if y'all had to build the perfect player using both of your skills, so Camden and Mar, what would that player look like? Great question.
I say my height, his athleticism.
Yeah, because I got more hops than him.
Nah, that's not what I'm.
I'm more explosive than him.
Uh-oh.
He been in the gym with Knock a lot, so
Yeah.
I might get that one. I say my shooting, my handle,
My finishing,
my passing.
right. My defense. My defense.
No.
Trying to say, nobody mentioned defense. What?
Right.
I guard.
Nah.
When they want to guard, they both can guard. They just gotta want to guard. But yeah, no, that would be a good basketball player, though, no doubt about it.
Last thing, as we let you guys go, anybody y'all want to shout out? Any last message I got before we let you guys go?
Random shout out, Coach Jordan Whiten, great guy. You know, helped me a lot during AAU. If you want to play for a great AAU program, go play with Hoop Atlanta. They really care about their players. And, you know, he reached out to a lot of coaches for me. So, Coach Jordan
That was solid, Cam. That was solid. What you got, Mar?
All right, just thank my parents, thank my mom, thank my dad, and also thank God, too.
Yeah, for me, I would say my assistant coach, Coach Rubio. I'm not very easy to be around all the time, right? So he's been great, and he pours into these kids on a daily basis. He's going to be a head coach really soon. If there's anybody out there that's looking for another or a high school head basketball coach to run a program, Hudson Rubio is the guy for you. Again, the principal, Charlie Ingham, my athletic director, Julie Crow. They're both super important to me. My girlfriend, Amanda, you see how I did that voice? And, you know, because it's a lot, right? It's tough because I get consumed by it, right? I can really get consumed by it. And when you have players that are also consumed by it, you can spend a lot of time here. It's 9:12 p.m. this morning. I told the guys this at 6:30 a.m. this morning. My assistant and I met because I had thrown so much at these boys that, like, some of the stuff we were running, we really hadn't even figured out what we were going to call it. And like we were all over the place with our out of bounds plays and things like that. So we met this morning just to clean up what we've done so far so we could be better prepared for them today. They've done some 2 days leading into the season. So there's a lot of people that make sacrifices in order for us to be here all the time, right? Especially this time of the year. So we're just grateful for anybody who supports Woodstock basketball, and we hope everybody comes out and watches play, and we hope we represent ourselves the way that we plan to, and hopefully one day we'll reflect upon this podcast and be like, man, you interviewed these boys before they won the region championship and made a deep run. That's our goals. And I'll tell you, last thing I'll say is that I always tell them this. It really comes down to 32 minutes in the region tournament. Like next year when they start doing that power. But as long as I've been a high school basketball coach, it's 32 minutes in the region tournament, right? Like, so with the ups and downs of a high school basketball season, our goal is to always be the best version of ourselves whenever we get ready to play that 32 in the first round of the region tournament. So we try to be even keel and understand and see the big picture, knowing that, like, no matter what happens before that, whether you've won a bunch or lost a bunch, that 32 minutes in that region tournament really dictates to us the goals that we have for ourselves, right?
100%. Great message to lead us out, Coach. Said we appreciate everything you do for our boys, Coach Blair. From now on.
Thank you guys so much, man. This was absolutely awesome. Hope y'all can come. If you ever in Woodstock want to come to a game, text me, get you in, and we'll give you the VIP treatment. I owe you boys. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Coach. Y'all have a good night. Shout out to Camden and Jamar. I appreciate you, Coach Blair, so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir. All right. There they go, man. Appreciate y'all, boys. All right, man. There it is. That exclusive interview, man. That was a lot of fun, man. Definitely a lot of fun. I know we had a big one last week with Hillgrove. We obviously had on Gainesville, but Grayson as well before the season. But that was a lot of fun. I mean, I felt like we got to unpack and uncover a lot with Woodstock and got just the natural, you know what I'm saying, feeling from them. And what didn't feel uptight, got him to laugh a little bit. We got to see his fashion line a little bit. That was a lot of fun.
That was tough. The tie belt, I'm telling you, I've never seen the tie belt until today.
No, I've never seen a tie belt. He different when it comes to the dressing, man. He different when it comes to the dressing.
Nah, 100%, man. I gotta say this, man. Coach Blair, man of many talents, man. If you didn't pick up anything from Coach Blair, you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, you didn't. You definitely weren't. Yeah, like you said, a man of many talents, 100%.
100%. Okay, we zooming this in, brother. You know what I mean? I need to get back on my skincare routine. I haven't been washing my face. Obviously with the soap, I've been getting it with my cloth. Some people have mixed reviews about the cloth, but hey, you gotta get it how you live. These zooms back out, bro.
Oh man.
Any last things before we move on, man? Get into these highlights.
Nah, man. Shout out to Coach Wallace, man. Real quick, man. I seen you follow me on Twitch, man. Just want to say thank you to him. I'm not gonna reveal everything, but he's been playing a big impact on helping us in our podcast, especially for hoops. It's been tough trying to get it going, and I feel like we got a pretty good audience, or we're building one, I would say, to say the least. We obviously had Sports Told by Youth. Obviously, he subscribed to me, I believe, on my YouTube. He gave us some great comments today. Obviously, I American has been pretty loyal to us, over the last few weeks. And we've gained definitely a nice logo. A great subscriber that tunes in all the time for, he was on my football show I did this week, but definitely our basketball podcast. So we appreciate him. You had somebody on yours too that wanted to come in. I don't know who this is, but
I'm not sure who this is, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he was on your YouTube, but he wanted to talk to the coach. But hey, it's hard for us to send you a link, man. We don't know what you're gonna do, mess us up respectfully. But we appreciate the support. But yeah, man, just want to say shout out to Coach Wallace, man. I mean, he's helped us with a couple guests on the show, and every time they've been pretty splendid. And I think it's helping not only us, but I think it's also helping these players and these coaches just being able to have a platform to get them out there. Again, we're not big or anything, but I think it's cool. And I think you see kind of that, the biggest takeaway, Bacon, I don't want to say you see that thirst, but you see kind of that, I don't want to say need either, But you kind of see like what they've been kind of pining over a little bit. Some of these basketball programs, just
Right.
I don't feel like there's a lot of people like you obviously got the media days and stuff like that people do at Cobb County and maybe the Grayson or Gwinnett, but I don't think you see people doing what we're doing for hoops. If I'm 100% honest, obviously Kyle City does a great job as a one-man wrecking crew, and what he does, but no one is really sitting down talking about it or bringing them on. Because and like I said, Kyle has his own podcast where he breaks it down and goes, in depth, obviously. But again, it's one-on-one. I don't really see a whole bunch of, hey, come on here, we're gonna talk to you. And we seen it. We seen it last week, Bacon, when we talked to Coach Moultrie. It's like, if we could somehow get to a point, they televise a game a week on football. Why we can't do that for basketball? I think you see kind of the coaches and them kind of just wanting to be able to put the sport more on the pedestal. And I think, obviously we helping that. We're not the biggest, but again, like we move in the right direction when it comes to that. And like you said, why can't the sport do it? Now we're gonna talk about some couple athletes later, but it's been damn near a lottery pick, every year, practically. If it's not every year, it's every other year. So why we can't put that out on display? Florida does a good job. California does a good job. New York, tri-state area does a good job of putting them athletes out there. Why we can't do the same for our state when we producing at such a high level?
Nah, that's a fact, brother. And I mean, I think what people just want, they want to have a platform where they could just, just talk about not talk about themselves, but I think you get what I'm trying to say. I think I guess they haven't found the right word for it, but people just want to tell the stories of people, I believe have done enough research. I've done, research them real well, and kind of know what they're talking about. Just to, to get raw, natural reactions out of it. And then, of course, we're gonna clip it up and run it, but it's just the genuine conversation. I think what people are looking for. But yeah, I agree with your sentiment, bro. We just got to be more focused on getting these players more exposure, man, because we hate to look up 5 years down the line and Georgia basketball is back to where it was 15, 20 years ago. With y'all get guys that move in, things like that. But I think basketball be in good hands, man. But yeah, man. So we get ready to dive into some more players. You know what I mean? Start with hold on, brother. I got my questions up. Let me pull up my list. But starting with a player from Mount Vernon, man, Noah Brady was at what was he at? He was at another school last year with my other friend. But anyway, Noah Brady. Oh, Centennial. He was at Centennial last year. And my biggest thing on him last year when I seen him for the first time, I said he's very skilled. I was talking to Coach D at Centennial. I said he's very skilled, but he's got to bring that dog out of him, man. We got to see a little more, the consistency of crashing the glass and being more of a rim protector. But we're going to watch these clips here. And I'm going to lean on you, Naj. I'm going to lean on your basketball expertise. Just call out what you see, call out what you like, and there's evolution, obviously, at the Relentless Hoop Camp.
Yeah, man. So, obviously I was there. Not there, I'm sorry. I was watching some of his tape. So here you see pretty good finisher around the rim, really good, real comfortable. Obviously when it comes to that, can finish through traffic. Here you see the kind of a little bit of the ISO game and getting to the point and obviously finishing through traffic in the cup. And like I said, just being able to put the ball on the floor. My only concern is just, for him, like what's the next part of his game right here, like doing a little bit of the post move. So he got some post action work too, which is really good. But, what other pieces of his game does he have, right? Can he defend at a high level? We didn't see a lot of defending on that, right? Can he guard 1 through 3? Again, a whole highlight team's not gonna have everything, obviously, of course, but those would be some of my questions moving forward. Just does he have, some of those things to his game? But obviously very smooth. Like I said, can finish through contact, good finisher around the rim, clearly. But yeah, just want to see those different pieces of his game. Like, can he defend at a high level? Can he guard multiple positions? How is he with guys that are the same size as him? If they're pressuring him on the ball, can he create offense? Just those kind of things. But pretty good face-up game, good post game, and obviously he can kind of do one-on-one by himself.
Nah, you pretty much said everything. Obviously, he's probably like 6'6". Let me go back to his page. I don't want to. 6'7", small forward. You know what I mean? For obviously playing for the number 2 ranked Mount Vernon this year. So he's got a great head coach. You know what I mean? Coach Reed Duncan. You know what I mean? Got an extensive resume himself. Has won on every level. You know what I mean? GHSA, NEIA level, you know what I'm saying, champion. I believe is the all-time leading scorer at Dalton State College. So, he's got the right, you know what I'm saying, got the right head coach. Somebody who's a younger head coach can be able to relate to him. And Rita's the dog for those who know Coach Duncan. He's going to be able to pull that thing out of him, you know what I mean, if that's what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Got to play defense when you play for Mount Vernon. So, I agree with you. I think, you know what I'm saying, taking a step away from Centennial, I felt a good vibe being at Centennial like what Coach had going on. But obviously, you know what I'm saying, I know Coach Duncan. I know he's about, and obviously they're ranked number 2 in Class 3A private for a reason. So really like his game. Really interested to see how he molds going into his junior year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, I get to see more clubs to see the kind of the other parts of his game, but he definitely be one to watch. We know Mount Vernon usually has a pretty good hoops team for the most part.
100%. They got a couple more guys as well. They got Quint McGrath and Trip Jackson. So this definitely be a solid team. Trip Jackson, obviously 6'5", so they got a lot of wings, probably similar to what Coach was talking about for his team, and what Coach Eric was talking about. Coach Eric Blair was talking about his team. Excuse me, at Woodstock. Probably, you know what I'm saying, 4 out, 1 in type of vibe at Mount Vernon. But again, very talented team. But can they beat Holy Innocents? We will see. But moving on to the next player, CJ Harper out of Padilla. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly. A player that probably a lot of people already know about, but they don't. Some people, I don't think a lot of people know about him. I need to rephrase that, but so the reason why you need to pay attention to CJ Harper more than you should, man. The brother dropped 21 points against St. John Bosco, man. That's Christian Collins. I mean, that's Brandon McCoy. You know what I'm saying? These are top 30, top 15 type of players on you know what I'm saying, on the ESPN chart. So again, Naj, I'm coming to you, man. What you like, what don't you like, or just what's your evaluation?
Nice pass.
Yeah, that's what really stood out to me is his passing ability is he's above average, probably.
Smooth stroke, finisher around the rim, can create offense. Looks like. Yeah, I would say real smooth game. Young, obviously, but can do different things. Finish around the rim through contact. Pesky defender. I think I seen one game he had during his AAU season with the highlights that he had like 4 steals in the game, or it might have been when they was having the fall league. I think it was either or. So I'd say great 2-way player from what I had seen and watching this film earlier. Pesky defender, real smooth game, can create offense, good finisher around the rim, and really never scared of the moment. You see, he's pretty built too. I mean, you see it right there. I mean, not the biggest guy. But you can tell that he be in the gym, gaining muscle. He can finish through contact, and I think real smooth game.
Yeah, for sure. Real smooth game. You could tell by that one move where came baseline, hop step, or took the 1-2, I think, and then hop step. Just very fluid. Obviously understands how to play the game, and really plays at his own pace. Probably can't really speed him up too much, and obviously to put up 21 against St. John Bosco, if I said another day to begin with. They did get blown out, but to put up 21 points again against 2 high-level guards, I mean that's something to, you know what I'm saying, definitely stick in your mind when you're watching, trying to search for the team that you want to see this season. Definitely stop by Padilla High School or catch them on the road if you can. But I had to highlight one guy from the area, Naj. You know what I'm saying, Coach Maxwell talked very highly about Jevin Finley. So you know what I mean. Got to check the young man out. This looked like a lot of dunks.
It was
a lot of dunks. The whole tape.
Most of the tape was a lot of dunks. Showed a little bit of obviously the handle and obviously finishing ability. But yeah, like I said, one of my critiques was you didn't see a lot of shooting. So maybe one thing I want to see on his game is if he can shoot the ball at a high level. Also, no defense. How good of a defender can he be? Can you be a 2-way player? Those are some of my things I wanted to see after watching the film.
Let's go to the fall league highlights. So, you know what I'm saying, Coach obviously raved about him. I've seen him, not in person, just tape. I believe he's a 9th grader, man. To be moving like this as a young man is like that spin right there. It's the hang finish with the right. I mean, that's I see a chase down block.
That's what we wanted to see.
Coach Maxwell's got something special this year. I think he says he's going to get minutes at the varsity level. And with a game sophisticated as this is, you know what I'm saying, you can definitely see why. But not my bad. You got the floor, brother. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. No, he got athleticism to him too. So it's another part that stands out. Pretty big player. Looks like what, 6'5", 6'6"?
Let me see.
Smooth looking.
Watch the video. I don't want to mess it up.
Right there, just getting to your spot, rising up. Same thing through here, finishing through traffic and 1 bucket.
6'3".
6'3". Okay, he looks taller than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I say like I like how his finishing ability right there, getting to the spot. Nice little floater. Same thing there, finishing through traffic and 1 buck. You know what I'm saying? Making it look easy. You know, dump down below. Too big. A miss, but I'm gonna clean up the glass. Right there, boom, nice move. Good pass, good vision. Love that. That's what we wanted to see, and we got to see the defensive side of the ball. That's what we wanted to see. So yeah, man, with East Coweta, that's definitely another really good player that they're gonna have. And like I said, he kind of gets a little bit of that taste of that varsity level, which will be good for him. You know what I'm saying? This upcoming year, he might not play heck of minutes. He'll probably be more JV, but just to be able to play varsity in the season, we were talking to Coach Maxwell on what he wants to do. So this year with his program, I think it's gonna be big for him and his development.
Nah, definitely shout out to Pop Finley, man. I always like and retweet my stuff, man. But yeah, it's gonna be special. David Askew is another name for East Coweta that kind of blew up on what's that circuit that they always talking about? Anyway, yeah, David Askew is gonna be something special for sure. Pairing him with Jevin Finley, Reeve Harper. You know what I mean?
Shooter.
100%. So now that you've seen it, man, I know you rate more football guys, and you know what I'm saying, but you just seen brother Jevin, you know what I'm saying? What would you rate him out of 1 on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give him an 8. I see the potential there. I think he did a really awesome job. That highlight tape, I think, really showcased more so of like the player he is and what he does. Good defender. Obviously shows you he never quits on plays with that chase down block. Ability to finish around the rim. Good low paint presence as well. Can put the ball on the floor and create, not just for himself, but his teammates. We've seen that nice pass that he had. I think he has different inner workings, and I think with more, he's going to add different pieces to his game. Probably not the most explosive first step, but definitely a guy that can create space and create separation. And looks real comfortable and poised, I say, is my biggest takeaways for his game.
100%, man. For those who are watching, if you scouting, I don't know who's watching this, but the ad is Jevin, Jevin, Finley, Finley 6. Finley like Finley off WWE if you're a wrestling fan. Go ahead, brother.
And I was gonna say, like, for those that are watching, because we got a bigger audience today, don't judge me too much. Like I said, I've watched hoop for years. I ain't saying I'm an expert. I know football. I've been watching that like since I probably could walk. Like, I love football, so I've always done like I do my tell the tape. So I hope players don't feel like I'm coming for them. I try to positively, constructively critique. I don't mean no malice behind it, but I do enjoy. Obviously, they Bacon enjoys it too, which is why he brought that up and had me analyze their tape. So hope you guys enjoy that too.
Yeah, don't let him fool you guys. He used to play. He was a rigorous basketball athlete back in his heyday. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing now is gonna call. He gonna keep it a buck. He gonna call down the line, man. So that's one thing you gotta respect. But moving on, transitioning into college basketball, brother, we're gonna talk about top 3 sleeper schools. Probably just out of the power conferences. You know what I mean? We haven't really got off to the. Okay, you rub your hands, brother. What you got, man?
College basketball. Let's go. I'm gonna go with my number 2. It ain't my number 1. My number 2, North Carolina.
Sleeper school.
That's sleeper. The reason it is they top 25. Ain't nobody thinking North Carolina gonna do anything this year.
Top 25, brother.
That still don't mean you're not a sleeper though. They know this is a big year for North Carolina. They know if they don't play well, Hubert Davis is done. They are a sleeper this year because, and I got a hot take coming up too. Yeah, I did my research. I got my hot take coming up too.
Okay.
Have you seen Caleb Wilson and what he's been doing? Now, via quote, he said, I think it was via Inside Carolina or the North Carolina Tar Heels website. He says 20 and 10 is my goal every game. Now, we talked to him a few times when he was in high school, and he had the same goal. So, I mean, he's already been impressive. He had 23 on 9 of 13 shooting and 10 boards in their exhibition game. You've seen the dunk on that he had against Winston-Salem. I mean, he's going to be exciting to watch. And I think he makes them holistically better. Now, they're going to have other pieces coming in. I'm excited to watch Luka Bogavac. Now, he's kind of playing a waiting game a little bit, Bacon. He's been injured. We'll see if he's going to be ready to start college basketball season. As you know, it tips off on Monday. So that'll be interesting to see kind of what he has going on and if the impact he's going to have. But I think North Carolina is a sleeper. I think that's going to be a team that can shock some people this year. And when I say sleeper, Bacon, I'm talking about I think a team that can make a Sweet 16. That's why I say sleeper. Because how many pundits and analysts and experts got them finishing that high?
Sweet 16, I think they should. Sweet 16 will save Hubert's job, but Elite 8 would be a statement. But how many
people got them finished Elite 8 or Sweet 16? Nobody has that. No, Bacon. Nobody has that. So number 2 for me is North Carolina. My next one, and everybody gonna think, oh, well, you're an ACC pundit, or you're an ACC guy because you're only talking about ACC teams. NC State, they're not even ranked. How in the hell are they not ranked? Right. Will Wade, have you not seen the recruiting job he's doing?
Right.
Come on, man. We got to talk about NC State and what they've been doing. They got a lot of transfers coming in, 13 new players on the roster this season. The name to watch is Darian Williams. He's been played as a number 13 overall player in the country, according to CBS. Mm-hmm. Kid is elite. Kid is good. People are going to find out why this year. NC State going to shock some people this year with their basketball team, and I think they're going to be very good. Now, there's been some pundits out there that have seen NC State as a team that could be that sleeper. I think they're going to be very good as well. And then last but not least is Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets. I think they're going to be – we've been talking about it. They're a tournament team this year. Say what you want. Argue with your mama. We've been trying to tell y'all from the jump since the offseason of what they've been doing. The recruiting has been great with Caden Bailey and Jalen Wingfield and all the guys they brought in. And then you go back and look at the previous class, and then just look and listen to the sound bites that Coach Stoudemire is saying, right? When he was talking about this point guard play, feels good about Jaden Mustaf and obviously Lamar Washington and Chaz Lanier. It's going to be tough. Those are going to be the 3 guys at the point guard position. So then it opens up, okay, well, who's going to be your natural scorer, right? Will Akai be in that starting lineup? He's already praised Cam Kraft a lot, saying they've never had a shooter like this before, 40+% from beyond the arc, right? The guy's a stud. He's even said in his tenure he's never had that before. So when coach is talking like that and you got the scoring that you have, that makes you potent. And then the big man, he think this is probably one of the best crop of big men he's ever had.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's crucial. He likes the 4. He likes Cole Kurok. He likes Peyton Marshall. He likes Bay Dongo. And he's been raving about Mo Silla, right? He's been raving about him the entire time. And he was just ranked as a top ACC freshman according to Phillips 68, who's obviously, big brand. So, I mean, I feel like Tech has a lot. Now, it's going to be incumbent upon the development of these players, obviously. Their schedule is very weak, so you should be able to get –
Is it, though, with the ACC to action that they're going to see?
The ACC for sure. That brings me to my hot take here in just a second. The ACC, hell yeah. But the non-conference, not so much, right? Mississippi State, Georgia. That's practically it. You ain't really got too much after that. But everything else, hell yes. So I think Georgia Tech's going to be a team that shocked people. I think their predicted order to finish was number 11, very low. But I think Georgia Tech's going to be one of them teams. And I'm going to go out on the limb and say top 6. I think they could be a top 6 team this year if everything goes right. If Mo Silla is that guy that Coach Stoudemire is saying, and he's could potentially they saying a lotto pick or a top guy in the draft next year, they could definitely be a tournament team and finish top 6 in the ACC. Now talking about their schedule, as you just alluded to, I'll go ahead and pull it up here. And you saying is it a top schedule? Is what you said?
I think it could be higher than 6.
Wait, say it again.
I think it could be higher than 6. I think that's modest.
So 6 is my – so it's going to bring me to my take here in a second. I haven't finished in 6. I don't want to say the take yet. But this is their – I'm going to tell you why I have to finish 6 here in a second. But this is their schedule, right? And I think it's going to be a lot better than people think. I mean, you're going to play Duke, right? That kicks it off New Year's Eve, right? Then you have, Boston College. Syracuse, I think, will be better than people think.
Yes.
Humbly. I really do. I think Syracuse is going to be better. Then Miami. And we're going to talk about here in a second. Miami's doing a hell of a job recruiting. They just got Sheldon Henderson. Everyone's talking about him. They just got a 5-star today. We'll talk about that later on in the show. But Miami's doing a hell of a job recruiting. NC State, you know how I feel about them. They're my sleeper. I think NC State's going to be a really good program this year. Clemson, question marks. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? How much will Zach Foster contribute, formerly Woodward Academy? I don't know. Virginia Tech is a program, though. People think that's going to be real good this year, Bacon. So Virginia Tech is a team, I think ACC-wise, is going to be a lot better than people think. I just told you about how I felt about North Carolina, right? I think they're a team with Caleb and all the pieces they got. I think they're going to be a lot better than people think. California, I don't know. Stanford, I don't know. Those two kind of up in the air. They lost so many pieces. No Andrej Stojakovic, who's at Illinois. No more Jeremiah Wilkins, who's at Georgia. I don't know how good they're going to be. Wake, hit the portal. Kind of iffy, you know what I'm saying? Not too sure how good they're going to be this year. That remains to be seen on Wake Forest, right? Notre Dame, I think, will be an improved team, though. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I think it will be improved and have a better season. Virginia, I think Virginia gets back to being Virginia. How good is that in the ACC? I'm not sure. But I think they could easily be a top 5 team in the ACC this year for the Virginia Cavaliers. They're going to be a lot better than what you think. Louisville, did you see Mikael Brown the other night?
I haven't.
You didn't see that boy drop 26, 27 points and what was he, 8 for 11 from the field? 4, 5, 3?
Oh, I just that's that line, yes.
Louisville going to be a problem. That's all you need to know, Bake. Louisville going to be a problem. So, yeah, they're going to be a problem. FSU, we know about the turmoil they've had with their head coach and stuff like that. I don't know. You know, we talked about Cal earlier. What you say?
I said, I think he's going to be a good head coach, though. You know what I'm saying? What Mark said about his visit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So obviously, you know, we'll see about FSU. But yeah, this is a very good, I think, ACC schedule, and it brings me to my hot take, Bacon. I'm glad we are here, sir. My hot take.
Hold on,
let me follow up my stats.
You get right.
The ACC will be one of the best conferences in basketball this year. That's right. I said it. They will be one of the best conferences. And I don't think people like last year was in the gutter. They didn't like it. They was like, ACC is done, blah, blah. And that's you go back and you listen to the sound bites of what the ACC commissioner, Jim Phillips, was saying. And he was like, how do we get back to ACC basketball, right? How do we get some of our prominent teams? And I think that starts with some of those teams that have been thinking about maybe leaving, you know, the UNCs of the world and stuff like that. I think them getting back to being good. We know about Duke. Duke is Duke. You know what I'm saying? But what other teams you have in there? I think solidly ACC is going to have a good 7 to 10 competent quality teams this year. Humbly, I do. When I look at it and how they play with a Louisville, North Carolina, a Duke, an NC State, you know what I'm saying, a Virginia Tech. I think you go Georgia Tech. You know what I'm saying? I think that's 7 quality teams in there. Clemson, I don't know.
We respect Clemson out of their track record. They've been consistent.
They have been consistent. But that's 7 solid teams I just named off the top of my head. And if you've been studying, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think any of them teams can knock off anybody. Now, when it comes down to what we're going to see, Bacon, is towards, I think, December. That ACC, SEC challenge, that's when we're going to know for real. If you can really contend and you can be, you know what I'm saying, a quality conference. But I'm going out on the limb and saying tonight, I think it will be one of the best conferences. Like I'm talking about not necessarily SEC level last year because I got like 14 teams in, but solid 7-8 teams, solid 7 to 10 teams could probably get into the tournament this year from the ACC alone.
100%. So you just named 7 teams, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you think Georgia Tech is going to be top 6? That's bare bones, brother. So you got to at least put us like 5, 4, 5 at the latest.
But the ACC going to be elite, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said modestly at a top 6. Because, again, how would Georgia Tech go? Because, remember, I'm going out on a limb, and I'm saying I think they're going to be a sleeper this year and make the tournament. Just because you ain't the top 6 team in the ACC don't mean you can't make the tournament.
Say it again.
Just because you're not a top 6 team in the ACC don't mean you can't make the tournament.
It's a loaded field.
It is a loaded field. But what I'm saying, the reason I say top 6, because I think the ACC is going to be so good, it's going to weed out some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm going modest. And then there's no track record, Bacon. How can I say they're going to be a top 4 team and I ain't really seen it? I ain't seen a game of first.
That's what we know. We talk. This is a knowing ball type of show.
I mean, it is a knowing ball type of show, but it's different when you see them in person and you can kind of know. Like I ain't seen.
We haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, like I've only seen like it looks good. I've watched the press clippings and whatever I've been able to see. So it's hard to like go on the limb and say that. Now the football team I could do that because I've seen them play, so I knew they was going to be good and what they've been recruiting and everything like that. I ain't got tapped in that much into the hoops team yet to say that. That's why I go modest top 6.
I'm going top 4. We see what a Kyle Fleming can do. We know what Peyton Marshall can do. You know what I'm saying? And he's Slim P this year.
Coach did say Slim. Yep.
Mo Silla, lottery pick with coaches saying can craft 40 ball any given night. A lot of people don't know about Lamar though. I think Lamar is going to be very big. Kawasi Reeves is a name that you didn't mention, 3-and-D guy, kind of like the Dennis Rodman of this team. You know what I mean? We'll see how much Cole Kiro will touch the floor. You know what I mean? I know coach is very high on him, but still young, very slim body. But nonetheless, is a good depth piece. Binadango, you know what I mean? A second team All ACC. Say it again.
Playing the 4 this year.
Playing the 4 this year, second team All ACC. I think can very easily make All ACC first team this year. You know what I mean? With him not have to worry about the double team. So we look at it from the schematics. Binadango, you know what I mean? Not having to be double team, kick out to shooters. To me, the only thing that can really stop for this team is going to be injuries. That's it. Yeah, I mean, coach is talking about they're all gelling together. They love to work. When you hear things like that coming from your head coach, I get not seeing them, but you know what I'm saying? It just makes sense. It just makes sense. You know, so Lamar scored 40 points last year with the team he came from. But not saying he's going to be a 40-point guy this year, but a very experienced point guard is what you need. So, I mean, I think I've heard all I need to see to go out on a limb for them guys. But I understand your point, brother. I understand your point.
Gotta be modest. Coach did say that they're going to be going 9-10 deep. So, they ain't going to be 6 or 7. So, that tell you all you need to know. As long as they stay healthy.
100%.
Do you have it? My last take, Bacon. I know we're going to move on to another college basketball topic. I just want to bring up Miami recruiting real quick. They just landed 5-star Caleb Gaskins today. 6'8", 205, small forward from Miami, Florida. That's getting it done, by the way. Recruiting elite in your damn state. That is how you get it done. They've been elite. I talked about Sheldon Henderson earlier. Watch out for Miami Hoops, bro. Miami Hoops is on the come up. I ain't saying they're going to be good. I ain't even mentioned them in my top 7. Watch out for Miami, though. Miami might be a team to shock some people. Number 7 overall player in the class. Number 3 small forward. Starting his senior year. And guess who he's playing for? He's playing for Christopher Columbus High School. We know about the Boozer twins. They played there. Had an illustrious career. He will be playing with them. He averaged 13.6 points, 54.1% shooting as a junior, 16.6 points and 7.8 rebounds, making on the EYBL circuit with the Knight Riders. So been doing very, very, very good. Obviously, very versatile player and a physical, strong leader and very comfortable shooting the basketball. That was a great pickup for the Hurricanes. I just wanted to put that out there as an aside.
Nah, 100%. I believe, well, it was announced, I think, by Jamie Shaw that Christian Collins was supposed to commit tonight. I haven't seen anything. I know it's out on the West Coast, so we're 3 hours ahead. So it's 6 o'clock there, so we'll see. We'll keep y'all up to date on that. But you know what I'm saying? You took a lot of my team. I was definitely going to put Tech out there, but you know what I mean? I got to show love. I got to show the love to some SEC schools or ASEC school, man. Got to show love to the Gamecocks. Not a lot of people talking about these guys right now. It took NC State to the wire, man. It was a couple days ago or last night, 2 days ago. Lost by 2 points. Buzzer beater at the end. Eli Ellis. That's what Eli Ellis does. I think he had like 24. I think he only missed like 3 shots. Missed 2 from the 3-point range. So this is a team, and the SEC is going to be very competitive again, probably more so competitive this year than they were last year. But we forget that Coach Lamar Paris took his team to, I think, the Sweet 16 2 years ago. And a big reason for that was, where's he at? Was Meechie Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Meechie Johnson who transferred out, went to Ohio State. Is now back. We've already talked about Eli Ellis. Cam Scott was a top 30 player on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Strong was a big transfer for them. Miles Studi, granted, another year, can shoot the cover off the ball. Very good two-way player. So, you know what I'm saying? When you look at this team, heading to Simeon, played at OTE last year, you know what I'm saying? He's got some experience playing for Coach Ellis, Eli's father. So I think this team at South Carolina is going to be in that because they got these guys as like they were the bottom of the SEC last year. And you don't really hear too much talking about it. You still don't really hear too much about them after taking NC State to the wire, which a lot of reporters, a lot of analysts on how NC State. So just keep an eye on the Gamecocks and mainly Eli Ellis, because he's gonna have a highlight for you on any given night, man. So that'll conclude the top 3 sleeper schools and why. And move to our next topic. I wish I should have made a little graphic for this, but we don't. So we'll work on that for the people, for the viewers moving forward. So De'Aaron Peterson or Cam Boozer is the debate, man. I think I'm gonna roll with De'Aaron. No, let me rephrase. I think I'm gonna roll with De'Aaron Peterson for the simple fact, just man, shot making abilities there. He's probably gonna have the ball more in his hands at Kansas than Cam will at Duke. You know what I'm saying? Quiet, calm, cool, collected. He's a two-way player. You know what I mean? Just when you need a big shot, I think you're gonna give that ball to De'Aaron over Cam. I just think right now he's just a better shot maker. Cam's got a more simple game. That's not to take anything away from him. But if I had to pick today, I think I'm gonna roll with De'Aaron Peterson over Cam Boozer.
Yeah, hell no. You're tripping. No. Cameron Boozer all day long. He affects the game in other ways, dog. Dude is an animal. You not see his last game? Exhibition? 24 points and 23 boards? Are you crazy? He's affecting the game in every imaginable way. He's him. He is him. He might be better than Cooper Fly. We're going to find out. You know what I'm saying? He is him. You sleeping on Cameron Boozer. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season. I know what Cooper Fly did last year, and obviously I'm a Cooper Fly fan. Was phenomenal, well deserved. But this kid is special, and he's touching the hell out of the ball. I think he had 6 assists too in the 24 and 23 game. What are we talking about? Then in his first ever game, exhibition 33 and 12. Come on, bro. God, this guy's for real, man. We got to put some respect on Cameron Boozer, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know about Darren Peterson. I know he's supposed to be #1 overall pick in Kansas. We'll find out. You know what I'm saying? Kansas is still a question mark. I don't care what you say. I know they got Floyd Badunga. I know they got Darren Peterson and all those pieces in there. They obviously got our guy we've seen a lot. I can't think of his name right now. The one that blew up. I can't think of his name.
See, why you trying to remember all that? De'Aaron Peterson is a dog, brother. You know what I'm saying? This is a name that's going to be ringing about why he is a man that single-handedly saved the Kansas basketball program moving forward. Already been named freshman of the year for the Big 12, bro. I think you know what I'm saying? You're underrated McDonald's All-American champ, brother.
That preseason stuff don't matter, bro. It's nice, it's cool, something to write about. Don't matter, bro. We looked in and we seen that all day long for college football. People had Garrett Nussmeier as the #1 quarterback. He ain't even on top 10 list no more.
This ain't no Garrett Nussmeier type of player, though, brother. This is a young Kawhi Leonard we watching right here.
You got, bro. Relax, bro. No, he's good, and I ain't saying the kid ain't good. He's great. He's phenomenal. He ain't on the level of Cameron Boozer, though. No,
I think you're giving the edge to the size right here, brother.
No, it ain't the size. It's the impact in the game. It's doing it on both ends of the floor and pretty much helping your team in every way imaginable. That's what Cam Boozer is doing. He's excited. He can get to his spots. You know what I'm saying? He can defend at a high level, 1 through 4, maybe even 1 through 5. Kid is a stud. You're going to see why this year. And Duke going to be Duke again. And he the reason Duke going to be Duke again. Going Cam Boozer. Period.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm taking De'Aaron Peterson, man. I'm taking the elite shot making, the elite two-way player, the man that, like I said, man, I know you're like, that's just an all-star game. They played the same game, brother. McDonald's All-American MVP went to De'Aaron Peterson.
It's fine. It's an all-star game. Who cares?
All-stars.
We will come back and revisit this when we talk about college basketball throughout the season, and we'll see what Duke is doing, and we'll see what Kansas is doing, and we'll see if both teams get to the tournament, and we'll see maybe they even play each other. Then we're going to really find out. So we'll have this discussion throughout the year. You're going Darren Peterson preseason. I'm going Cam Boozer. Let's find out who's right when it's said and done after March.
And I'm rolling with the shooting star. Moving on. What's the perfect college? What's the perfect college basketball landscape? You know what I mean? With pros coming in, do you like that? But if you could formulate your ideal college basketball scenario, what is that?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on this because, like, at the same time, you want kids to be able to have a place where they can go and develop. That's what the G League is supposed to be. Clearly, it's not. They're not making enough money. 40K. We seen obviously D League and Night go down. And pretty much basically people were saying college basketball is a semi-pro league, and that's not necessarily a problem. But I think you need to put something on it where you're going to have to make a choice as a player, whether you're going to be semi-pro and play college, or like if you make the leaps and bounds to professional, you cannot come to semi-pro college. I think that's what it has to be because there's more opportunity for one. Two, you're able to hit the portal as much as you want. I mean, as we see as a player, obviously, I know they're going to have one transfer portal window, but you can hit as much as you want. Three, obviously, you can get developed. We see you can be 4, 5, 6, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? You're seniors, so you can fully develop. And at that point, you're just not ready. And I think that should be kind of the stepping stone, and then you go transfer over to, you know, where you at or whatever. I think what's the word I'm looking for, Bacon? I think drawing the line, let's say you're a Luka Doncic and you're 14 years old, or you were 15 years old and you're playing professional ball, right? I think that is okay. You play professional ball there, and then, hey, you want to come to the college ranks before you go to the NBA? I think that is okay. Instead of, okay, hey, you've been playing pro ball since you were 19, now you're 22 and you're coming to college basketball. I think they need to eradicate that.
What about the Europe players?
Same with them. I think unless you've been playing, unless you're like a Luka or, you know, you're a Wemby, like I think Wemby was playing up until 18, unless it's something like that, I think that's the only way you should be able to come, in my opinion, humbly, to college. Other than that, no. I think they need to blur that line more, in my humble opinion. And then it makes it hard. And then let's say you go and ball in the French league. When we came straight to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? Giannis straight to the NBA. Jokic straight to the NBA. You know, that's what it should be. If you play professional over there, play professional, come over to the NBA, cool. Only way you can go to college is unless you were 16 playing professionally and, hey, I want to go to college now. You know what I'm saying? And develop more there before I go to the league. I don't think I'm ready yet. I think that is fine because then you're giving them the same thing that you're giving guys over here. You can go to college and do that. But once you hit that professional and you go in G League, yeah, you got to stay there unless you're going to go overseas and play. There should be no G League, oh, I played here and now I'm going to college. And the bad part is, Bacon, we've seen a lot of players formerly of Georgia, even Norcross area, were guys that went G League route and are now trying to come back to college basketball. That's just how I would do it. But teach his own.
You talking about players other than London Johnson?
Yeah, it's like 2 players that are, I think, like play basketball in Georgia that are making that jump. There's another name I had seen. There's like 2 more, you know, that are making that jump back to college basketball.
Well, I do want to provide an update. I think the average salary is $40K. London Johnson signed for $1 million. Obviously a highly rated prospect. If you got a name, I'm sure you can get more than the average. But yeah, I agree with you, brother. You know what I'm saying, we're blurring the lines of amateurism and professionalism, and it's putting a lot more stress on the younger players, having to develop a lot quickly. They kind of get lost in the wayside. That's what we're seeing in college football right now. We're not seeing as much development as we once did, and that's what they're already harping on American players about. They're not as polished as the overseas players. So I think what needs to be done, that the NBA G League and the overseas teams, Real Madrid and whoever else, they need to take a page out of the overtime elite playbook and combine the leagues. And as we see the overtime elite players go during the summer, they go in the Adidas America, whatever it is, intertwine them, do it like that. Don't mess up these young men development, man. They out here playing with grown men. Kansas got a international guy that's 24. Look, you know what I'm saying? Got the White Howard shoulders. Can't no 17, 18-year-old kid play with that unless he's skilled like Cam Boozer and Cooper Flag. So I think it's messing up these guys' development. I hope they get this ironed out. Yes, it's a lot of money going around in college basketball, but you know what I'm saying? That's how you continue to dilute what we're now emerging in another golden era in college sports. I think across the board, at least college football and college basketball. So I agree with you, brother. You know what I mean? And ideally, we want to bring amateurism back to its purest form and just bring these kids out of high school,
Yeah.
bring these kids from overseas, you know what I mean, at a certain age.
Exactly. I think that's what it should be. Because if you got to be 18 to come to college, I think it should be the same thing. 18, you know what I'm saying? At worst, 19. After that, that's the cutoff. Can't be and try to come in unless you're already playing college basketball. No.
Exactly. Where these kids gonna go? It ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? I understand you got JUCO, but it's not like football. You know what I mean? It's not like football.
No, it ain't. Not at all.
All right. So we're gonna switch and transition into women's basketball. We're gonna talk about who is the best player. Who's the best women's basketball player this year in college basketball? I'll pull up the top 25 ESPN list, but
I'm gonna go Lauren Betts for me. I think from UCLA, she's phenomenal. We seen it last year, her kind of coming on, playing obviously at a high level, averaging 20.2 and 9.5 rebounds. She could do a little bit of everything. You know, and the reason why the Bruins are number one team in the top 25 rankings this year. She's phenomenal. She became the first UCLA player to record 600 points, 300 rebounds, and 100 blocks in the season. Also broke the single game blocks record with 9. And she set a new career high with 33 last year. She's definitely easily, I think, the best player in college basketball. Next up, I think even better than Sarah Strong, who is nice, is Hannah Hidalgo. She can do a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't know how you stay in front of her. Ability to create off the bounce and the dribble, finish through contact. And like I said, only 5'6", you know, but she's going to, you know, obviously help them out a lot. This year with Notre Dame, they got a little bit more reinforcements this year, so she shouldn't have to do everything. But yeah, she's been phenomenal in her career. So she's another one I think should be in that top conversation. But I would go Lauren Betts 1, Hidalgo 2, and maybe Sarah Strong 3. That's just me personally.
Sarah Strong, I got to give it to Sarah Strong, man. I know she's a sophomore. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot for this team last year, averaging 16 points, 58% from the field. She's above average. She can shoot the ball from outside the arc. When they were in South Carolina playing basketball together. She was giving Joyce Edwards hell, man. She was a freshman start. Well, she didn't start. She only started one game for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Talk about Joyce Edwards. But she was the leading scorer for the Gamecocks last year, among a lot of other experienced players on that team. So for that reason, and her versatility, you know what I mean, playing for Coach Gino, who had the easiest coach to play for, as you see right here, 38% from 3, 1.7 blocks, 6'2". She's elite, and that's the reason they got her as the best player in college basketball right now. Number 2 for me, I'm going back to the Gamecocks. Tanaya Laston. I know she's 5'8", but that don't matter. The girl can score. 25.2 points per game, 4.6 assists per game at Florida State. I mean, Tanaya Laston's the bucket, bro. You know what I mean? I think she was the leading scorer last year for college basketball across the board. To me, she's going to get it done. You know what I'm saying? She's going to literally will this Gamecock team to a national championship. And for that reason, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I put her at 2, but those are the 2. I think Sarah Strong is the number 1 overall best prospect in college basketball right now. But Tanaya Laston is definitely slept on. I think who should be higher on this list.
For sure. I also want to mention Malaysia Fulwiley. She'll be interesting one to watch this year. Bacon alongside of Flaujae Johnson. They're gonna have a really good backcourt. My only question, I just hope she doesn't get fully behind them. She can obviously play at a high level. Michaela Williams is another really good player. Oh. That combination of them and obviously Flaujae is going to be crucial. But I just hope like she doesn't get way behind in that rotation. That's kind of one of my biggest concerns when it comes to her from Malaysia. But we know that she can ball with SEC 6 Man of the Year, but hopefully or Woman of the Year. But hopefully like she can really just showcase her talent. Not saying that she was being hamstrung on Coach Staley, but I don't think she got as many opportunities and kind of regressed a little bit in her time there. But hopefully she gets that opportunity to do that with Coach Kim Mulkey.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? Kind of going from a crowded backcourt situation to another crowded backcourt situation. I agree with you. Flaujae Johnson, Michaela Williams, you know what I mean, Blair Fulwiley. You know what I mean? It sounds like another six man out the bench type of year for, but I really like Malaysia Fulwiley. Obviously, a highly regarded freshman coming to college basketball, average 11 points and limited sample size for the Gamecocks, but she's very special, very electric. I believe once she gets onto the WNBA level, I think that's where we'll see more of her skills come to fruition. But do want to bring up Miss Miles. You know what I'm saying? She decided to transfer. Well, let's start here. Start right here. Artie Crooks, Iowa State, 6'3" junior. You know what I'm saying? A problem. You know what I mean? She got fueled by not playing in the America Cup this year for the women's team. So, you know what I'm saying? She's fueled, you know what I mean? Fueled by that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you watch women's basketball, you definitely know about Artie Crooks. I think she's going to have a resurgence year and be one of the best players. Well, she's already one of the best players, top 10, but she could be a reason why Iowa State is a team to beat in the tournament this year. So that's fine. Miss Miles, Olivia Miles, man, she's a bucket too. 15 points last year, 5.6 rebounds, 5.8 assists for Notre Dame. No longer under the umbrella of Hannah Hidalgo, so she will be more of the lead guard for TCU, similar to what what's her name? She played at LSU before transferring to TCU. You're going to see her more in that role, probably a little more ball dominant than the other young lady, but you know what I'm saying, Miss Olivia Miles is bucket and always a name to watch and to follow as she grows and probably goes to the WNBA after this year. But that's all we got. WBB, women's basketball news. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, WNBA is freshly, this season is freshly over. You know what I'm saying? Probably hear some free agency news, and we'll keep you in tune and locked in for that. But we're moving to the NBA, man. The NBA season is very much underway. We got some games going on tonight. We'll just look at the standings and kind of just let the conversation organically go, man, because there's really a lot to unpack in the NBA season. Just, you know what I'm saying, just on its infancy. So we'll start with Chicago Bulls, still 4-0. I think that's a smoke screen. They got
I agree.
I think they got the Sixers or the Knicks coming up in a few games. I don't expect that to last. I think the 76ers are legit.
Yeah, theirs is a little bit more legit for sure. I think they've been doing it and with so many injuries, and it goes to the backcourt. Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe coming in, setting the rookie record. I think it was, or tying somebody in LeBron, breaking his record with 30 points against obviously the Celtics, who are struggling right now. Which, you know, obviously I told a lot of Celtics fans, like, you're not gonna be the same team without Tatum. Like, Tatum is the engine of that team. You know, and then obviously Maxey had 39 points and 10 assists in a recent game. But I agree with you. I think they are for real. And real quick, before I throw it back to you, Bacon, Miami Heat 3-1. How about Norman Powell, man, averaging 24 points per game this year? Wherever he goes, he just always contributes and plays at a high level. Formerly with the Clippers, you know, got a little bit of love there, didn't always get the love, but the fact that Miami's 3-1 right now and kind of back out, well, I don't want to say back, it's so early in the season, but at least relevant. Shout out to him for leading the scoring charge with Bam Adebayo as well.
Yeah, I think Andrew Wiggins needs to step his game up. Averaging 12 points as a seasoned veteran, it's not going to get the job done, fam.
You're going to have to let that boat sail, brother. He's done.
Sail, sink, whatever.
No, number one overall pick, it just never panned out. I mean, he won the championship, you know, second best player for the Warriors, but yeah, that's what it is with him.
How Kuminga is playing for the Warriors, how he should have been playing.
I agree. That's a good point. I mean, obviously we can talk about a little bit about that with the Warriors because, you know, they're playing better. They're 4-1 right now, Bacon. You know, apparently right now. It's still early, obviously, but playing some quality basketball. They're actually playing the Bucks right now. They're down 3 points, 8:25 in the fourth. But his growth, it wasn't guaranteed he would come back either, Bacon. There was a lot of offseason drama there when it came to Kuminga and him coming back. But we signed the deal, and now is a firm player in the starting lineup for Golden State and making an impact and a difference.
Not fact, which I've said this before. I don't know why Coach Curl didn't play Kuminga. It was like Wiggins ain't getting the job done for you, man. And it was like every time Kuminga would make two little mistakes, he'd pull him and sit him for a long period of time. I don't know if you saw it. It just made me think of the situation overtime Malik. I don't know if you've seen the clip where Malik Thomas was talking to coach, the head coach for the City Reapers. And so he took 2-3 points and sat him down. Sometimes you gotta work with your players, man, especially when they're working on their moves all the time. So it's panning out for him.
For sure. In that game right now, Bacon 19 and 10 for Jimmy Butler, already with a double-double. Curry got 21. Kuminga has 20 and 8.
20 and 8.
28. Pretty solid this season, man. And I don't think Antetokounmpo is playing.
But I do think I do think the Bucks. I think the Bucks can be a lot better than what people think. I didn't expect them to be. I didn't expect them to sniff. I know still earlier. I didn't expect them to be good this year, but I think Giannis is gonna be Giannis. I know he's not playing tonight, but Miles Turner, Bobby Portis, I think those two alone is gonna carry a lot of the load for him. I think Brook Lopez was a good stretch five for the Bucks, but he wasn't all they needed to. He was very one-dimensional. Miles Turner can do a bunch of things for you.
100%.
So we'll see. We'll monitor and see how they do. Doc Rivers, you know what I'm saying, the coach has been on the hot seat a lot. But I mean, I know it's still early. They're 3-1 right now, playing the Warriors, but you know what I'm saying, +6. Point differential is very good start for them. So again, back to the East. Cleveland is another team I think is going to trend. Lonzo Ball averaging like 6 or 7 assists right now, looking very good. Evan Mobley, you know what I'm saying, Donovan Mitchell, the crew looks good. You know what I'm saying, DeAndre Hunter. We'll see how long he plays. Kind of like Kristaps Porzingis for me. 40 game rental, but still I like Cleveland. It's gonna be interesting to see how Lonzo Ball continues to acclimate himself, averaging I think the top assist guy across the board, across the league. So that'd be good. But what's your thoughts on the Charlotte Hornets, bro?
Yeah, LaMelo Ball's been playing well so far for them. You know, not necessarily sold. I mean, I kind of told you, just, you know, almost like a lost cause. I mean, they've been competitive, and LaMelo's had big games, 35, 38 points. You know, even though the East is not as strong as it has been, I just don't think they have enough, like, in order to like make for a spot. Maybe they'll be a play-in team this year, with it being, you know, obviously so bad. But I'm not necessarily sold on them. I just like outside of LaMelo, I know you got Brandon Miller. I know you got some pieces there, but I feel like it would be another underachieving team. I mean, 2-3 should be better, you know what I'm saying, than that so far, man. But not too impressed. The Pistons, I did like Kate Cunningham. Strong game for them last night or the other night, beating the Orlando Magic. They've been a disappointment so far this year at 1-4 or 2-4 now. They picked up a win, I think, tonight. But yeah, Detroit has been looking pretty decent, and a team that wants to get back to where they were last year and make it past that first round. I've been impressed with them.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham, that's all you need to know. They got Ron Holland out there. You know what I mean? They got a couple more people out there, but I wanted to trail back to Charlotte. Con Knuppel averaging a cool 14, 15 points right now, shooting the ball at an elite level. Didn't expect him to come in and click so much for them, but you know what I'm saying? Watch the Miller, watch Con Knuppel, watch Brandon Miller, former lottery pick for them, man. I think they're gonna be good. But let's dive a little more into Detroit, and then we'll go to the Western Conference. So I think they're very interesting. So they're beating Boston, they're beating Houston. So look at the stats here real quick. Ron Holland, Isaiah Stewart, that's a big for them. Ansar Thompson, Tobias Harris. I don't really know what to think about Tobias Harris, man. He's always, you know what I'm saying, looks good during the regular season, postseason, never seems to be found.
He's just one of those, man.
One of those,
man. Just, you know, in the biggest moments, he don't come up big for you.
100%. One of those guys. I'm gonna come in, GM, coach. I'm gonna come in during the regular season, earn my check, sell some tickets. Postseason, you better have some help for me because I'm gonna be just rebounding, pushing the ball to the floor, half sliding on defense, miss a couple jump shots, and I'm gonna go home. We're gonna go home. We're gonna go to Cancun.
Pretty much. That sounds about right.
For sure, man. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they compete. Obviously, man, I think I saw an article on ESPN. Matter of fact, they were talking about Cade Cunningham and what his teammates were saying about him. They were saying just in the face of adversity, where things didn't look like they were going to pan out for Detroit. Stone-faced, very locked in, and he's a very big reason why Detroit is going to do well this year. Potentially, right? You know, there's a lot of action going on in the MVP conversation this year, but I think eventually Cade Cunningham may find himself in the top 3 conversation for an MVP. Will he win it or remains to be seen? But switch to one more time.
How soon do you think?
I say 3.
Okay, 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, I think next 3 years. Let me see how old Cade is real quick. So right now, Cade is. Oh, yeah, he was 24 right now. I think he's 26, 27. I think he's very established, still kind of wet behind. I'm not gonna say wet behind the ears, but you know what I'm saying, 4 years into the league, you know what I mean, 7. He's just now really kind of fine-tuning his routine. I think next 2 or 3 years, we'll probably see another spike, averaging 22 right now. What did he average last year? That was 26. I mean, shoot, that's damn good, honestly. So right now, 22, 8 assists. Can't complain with that. But let's get back to the West, man. Right, Oklahoma City. We'll say Oklahoma City and Spurs tie for first. I know they're up 1 game, but prior to that, they had San Antonio number 1 due to the point differential of 16.5 to 7.4. OKC. Honestly, man, I still think Oklahoma City is the number 1 team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Champions, you got to be the man, you got to beat the man right. But outside of those 2 teams and the Warriors, I'm saying, who you most surprised to see? If you want to say Portland, don't feel ashamed, brother. But who's the most surprised?
Not Portland. Enough. Nah, not surprised to see Portland. Honestly, I'm gonna give it to the Lakers, bro. I know that's a team that people talk about a lot. Only reason is because no LeBron, right? No Luka, and the performance of Austin Reeves lately, brother, has been spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at what he's doing. He dropped 51 career high, I believe it was, led them to a win. He busted, I think it was the Kings with 41.
Yep.
Then he goes and hits a game winner last night against Minnesota. Now I know they didn't have Ant-Man, but still to be able to do that and hit a game winner, I mean, I think they've been surprising because you like, okay, no Luka till next week, no LeBron, like Lakers ain't gonna be above 500. I think that's been a little bit of a surprise to me. Currently where they are in the standings at number 7. You know, usually the Lakers will always start off slow and be at the bottom and struggling and then have to find a run. And yeah, they've been kind of the most surprising for me. And I'm gonna be honest, the Pelicans, they just fired their coach today.
Wow.
Willie Green. 0-4. How in the hell are you 0-4 with Zion Williamson, who took his body seriously, who really bought in for once? You get Jordan Poole, who can obviously score the basketball. You're 0-4. How? That's been a surprise in the bad way. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me how they're 0-4.
Yeah, I agree, man. DeJounte Murray down there as well. You got to figure that out. Got CJ McCollum. You know what I mean? They'll be 0-4. Assuming everybody's healthy. I'm not sure if everybody's healthy, but if everybody's healthy, yeah, the Pelicans should be top 6 easy in the West. I think Zion's averaging like 27 right now. I'm not sure. I don't think he's taken or made a 3-point shot this season, which is I'm not gonna say alarming, but you know what I'm saying, when you're shooting it above 50% from the field after 27, you don't really gotta shoot 3 ball like that. Just make your free throws, and we'll all go home satisfied as long as we win games. But again, I'm gonna go. I'm not surprised to see Portland because I called it, but you know what I'm saying, top 5. You know what I mean, to dive deeper into that. Drew Holiday averaging north of 15 points. They got 2, really 3 wings. I think, they got I can't remember his name right now, but they got two forwards averaging north of 15 points. The top 15 scorer in their position. I think Portland's going to continue to surge. They're playing very good defense this year. The Jazz, I'd like to see the Jazz doing well. Walker Kessler, Ace Bailey's pop. You know what I mean? He's having had I think 20+ point game against the Rockets. But I mean, outside of that, not too surprised to see the West where it is. Outside, like you said, New Orleans. Memphis is always that team where they should hang around that top 6 spot with what they got in John Moran, Jaren Jackson, not Desmond Bain anymore. But I just hope the Grizzlies can stay consistent. They've been that team that's kind of fell from grace since since Jaws scandal. But the West is intact. Everybody's kind of winning. You know what I'm saying? Other than Sacramento, Phoenix, and New Orleans. So it's jam packed, real tight. Everybody's kind of in that 2.5, 3.5 game, 3 games back. So the West is very tight, but the East is probably the most intriguing conference to really dissect. Link. Not sure what you're talking about, brother, but appreciate you tapping in. The link is you're on YouTube, brother. But Naj, you got any last remarks as we about the NBA before we close out?
Nah, man, been an exciting season, I would say the least, man. I think they hit a record I seen most watched opening weekend, or like it's been the most watched in I think over 15 years. I can't know exactly what it was, but I seen a stat with that. So that goes to show all their platforms, NBC, Peacock, ESPN, Amazon, all of that has attracted obviously a great audience. So shout out to the NBA, just the viewership allowing it to be better, and I think just more exciting. There's just more parity, not one team's dominant. I mean, obviously OKC's been dominant, but just that parity of like you see the Spurs take that next jump, that next step. The Bulls, you wouldn't think they'd be 4-0 right now. Again, that's probably not going to last, but exciting. Sixers, Embiid, everything's been like, okay, will he ever be healthy in or 4-0? I think it's just been more exciting storylines to start this season, which makes NBA fun. And I like too just more premier matchups. You know what I'm saying? More premier matchups that ain't just baking on like what's the word? On like the holidays, not just on Christmas or MLK Day. Like we're seeing them consistently early in the season. And I think NBC, I want to give them a quick shout out, like just their coverage. I think that helped it. And remember, NBC was a big part of when the NBA was in this golden era with the NJs and the Magics, the Birds, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah Thomas of broadcasting. I love their coast to coast show and their coverage on Tuesday nights. I think they do a great job. And obviously, Kenny, Shaq, Charles, you know what I'm saying, all on you know what I'm saying, ESPN. I think that helps elevate them even more too.
Absolutely, man. Before we go, we definitely got to talk about the scandal. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good season, but kind of has been overshadowed by the scandal. You know what I'm saying? I think 34 arrests to this point. For those who think LeBron is tied into it, I don't think so. For what it looks like is a former player, a former teammate who played with him during the Cleveland days. Not sure if it was during the championship run. Well, both times LeBron was in Cleveland. I think it was the early Cleveland days. So, and the guy that's in question or has been arrested that's close to LeBron was on the Lakers staff last year that wasn't necessarily paid, was just a part of the team by association. But the statement is that LeBron kind of told him in confidence that he was going to be missing time. I think when they were playing Milwaukee, and then the guy went to, you know what I'm saying, his bookies or whatever, his guys in cahoots, and they basically placed a big wager on it. And that's pretty much the storyline. I don't know if you saw what Stephen A. said today or yesterday about the president, you know what I'm saying, kind of going on a little revenge tour. This is only the tip of the iceberg. I think it's like what multi-millions of dollars that are in question and have been in question for a long amount of time. He's kind of tightening down on that. But what's your thoughts about the whole situation?
Yeah, like I said, we talked about it last week, man. Just not a good look for the NBA. Clearly, you know what I'm saying, definitely is hurting them in terms of their brand. I think the commissioner has to meet, I think with
the FBI
right now, but he has to meet with somebody important and talk about this whole scenario. Is basically, I think, government related officials is what I'll say. So just not a good look when you have probably basketball being this most exciting in quite some time. Not a good look. But yeah, the whole situation is bad. I think Kevin Garnett's tied to this as well, because 2019 poker game he did, which is crazy because he played a movie role with the similar thing. It's crazy how that works. But yeah, just not a good look. Not a good look for the league. Not a good look for the NBA. Which is why I think you're seeing people in the NCAA, the commissioner Greg Sankey for SEC. He's like, yeah, we need to rescind the ability for players to bet. I agree. Like you're sending the wrong message in the wrong way. You shouldn't be able to bet when it comes to that for players and the pros, whether you're in the pros or not. Just not a good look, But yeah, I don't know, man. It's what they did is messed up, clearly, right? But obviously, all the messages we're seeing, Bacon, ESPN Bet, FanDuel Sportsbook. Obviously, you have Vegas. Like, it's everywhere. So it's like, how do you eradicate something that people are like these major networks are pushing? Like, ESPN is pushing, FanDuel is pushing. So, obviously, you want to make sure it's legalized. You don't want to have mafia involved, and I agree that's bad. But it's like, at what point do you like taper it back? Or I don't see them tapering it back. So, what's really the resolution, right? We see NFL don't play. Like NFL, like they exonerate you. You know what I'm saying? You're done. They got to just find something that doesn't blur the lines, that holds everybody accountable.
Well said, brother. That's all we got for the show, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Really fun show, man. Got to talk to Coach Blair. Got to talk to Mar. Got to talk to Cam. You know, got to learn about his fashion style, man. But big thing we're trying to do is just provide a platform where we could just talk ball and bring schools on, bring programs on, let them speak their piece, highlight them, man. And I see we got a couple comments about, you know what I'm saying, the link to join the pod, man. If you want to tap in with us on the show, man, definitely get at either Naj, Wilk, or Bacon Network on Instagram or X, you know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there if you're interested. So just let us know in the DMs. But until then, we'll see y'all Saturday for the college basketball. Go ahead, brother.
Sorry, real quick, and I'm gonna let you end this off tonight. Shout out to all the viewers, man. This was a great show. We will have almost 120 on X alone, on my X for basketball. It's crazy.
Yep.
Right, highest ever. And in YouTube, y'all are going stupid. Bacon, nearly 800 views on YouTube alone tonight.
That's tough.
Great job, y'all. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Bacon, I don't know how much yours was or your numbers, but if you ever go to like your page, if you go to your live button, your live room, it'll show you how many views you got. But Hoops Pod went crazy. We appreciate you guys so much, Coach Blair, Camden Smith, Jamar Maurice, and everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Coach Wallace for helping set this one up as well. And I think he's liking what we do in Bacon. He wants to send us more coaches and wants to help building our platform, man. So I think we cooking with fish grease on the Hoops Pod, man.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. Coach said, let me pull up what he said real quick. Coach Wallace said, yeah, man, kind of think of me as the ace in the hole. I said for sure, man. So we appreciate Coach Wallace, man, for being the ace in the hole, man, just helping us shed a brighter light. You know what I mean? On GHS basketball, because that's definitely what it needs, man. It's a lot of good things going on in the state outside of football, man. We love football. We'll continue to cover football on our hit show on Monday at 6:30, 6:45. And our growing show on Saturday for college basketball recaps. But you definitely got to make sure you stay locked into the high school basketball show that we touch, not just high school basketball, touch college and NBA, because we're really a show for the basketball fanatics. So again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all Saturday and Monday. But till next time, as always,